following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you by Kelly Neufeld, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Baldwin State Bank, Heartland Plumbing, Family Medicine of Baldwin City, Morningstar Care Homes, Trindle Lumber Company, State Farm Agent Cody Anno, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Rice Precision Manufacturing, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, Elite Chiropractic, the Lumberyard Arts Center, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live. Good evening and welcome inside Basehor-Linwood High School in Basehor, Kansas tonight, where the Baldwin Bulldogs are on the road to face the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. Along with Ryan Hilmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. Glad you could join us on what is a quickly turning not so nice weather night outside, but we'll hope for some nice hoops inside Basehor-Linwood High School here tonight. The Baldwin girls hoping to bounce back after a tough week at the Wellsville Top Gun Tournament. Baldwin did salvage a victory on the final day, defeating Wellsville 56-27 in a seventh place game. That came after losses to Topeka, Hayden, and Lewisburg in their first two games of the tournament. It puts the Baldwin girls at 6-7 on the year as they get set tonight to face the 7-5 Basehor-Linwood girls, who are coming off of a blowout win over KC Turner. Bobcats won that game 58-10 this past Friday night. It continues a stretch of alternating wins and losses for Basehor-Linwood. They haven't won back-to-back games since winning 3 straight to close out December and then start the new year back on January 7th. Game 2 tonight will feature the boys contest. Baldwin also looking to bounce back following a loss on Wednesday night of this past week against Wellsville. That followed a close loss in the championship game of the BIT, which was just 10 days ago. So they are now coming off back-to-back losses, and it's going to be a tough test tonight as well for Baldwin as they get to take on the 10-2 Basehor-Linwood boys, who have reeled off 7 straight wins, and most of those in dominant fashion. So that's what's on tap here tonight as we get set to bring you a doubleheader of hoops from Basehor-Linwood High School tonight. We'll get you some of the notes on the girls' game. That's coming up next. You're watching the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show for Bulldog basketball from Basehor-Linwood tonight on Baldwin Sports Live. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumberyard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
back inside the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show. We are at Basehor-Linwood High School tonight. Baldwin girls, you can see they're huddled up during their pregame warm-ups, getting set to take on the 7-5 Basehor-Linwood Bobcats, who have alternated wins and losses over their last 6 games, so 3-3 over their last 6. They started the year 4-2, but have had a tough time stringing together victories here as of late, but their last 2 victories have come in blowout fashion. They have outscored their last 2 wins 132-23. So when they win, they're winning big here recently, but their 2 losses their last 3 losses, in fact, have all been by nearly 20 or over 20 points. So we'll see what kind of performance Basehor-Linwood puts together here on their home floor tonight. And for Baldwin, we'll see what kind of bounce back they get after a tournament in Wellsville that probably didn't go the way they were hoping. They had a tough matchup to open the tournament against Hayden and lost that game 58-38. Then they drew Lewisburg in the consolation semifinals. It was the 3rd meeting between the 2 teams this year. And for the first time in those 3 matchups, Lewisburg got the better of the Bulldogs, winning it 44-41. And then Baldwin did salvage a victory with a 56-27 win over Wellsville in the 7th place game. But they certainly did not want to be playing in that 7th place game. They had bigger aspirations than that going into that Top Gun tournament. But it is what it is. That's where they found themselves. They did win that 7th place game. And now we'll see if they can go on the road and pick up a win here in Basehor tonight. And if we've learned anything, Ryan, this year from this Baldwin girls team, it's when they win, they typically do it by creating opportunities with their pressure defense. So that's something we'll see if they can get back to here tonight in this game with Basehor-Linwood, who is a team that's replacing their entire starting lineup from a year ago. Yes, they're 12 games into this season, so these girls are now comfortable in their new roles, but we'll see if Baldwin can use their pressure defense to jumpstart things for them here tonight, which is something they've done in most of their victories this year.
Yeah, I mean, as we've seen throughout the year, everything for the Bulldogs starts on the defensive end, especially when they can set up that pressure after a made basket or just a dead ball. They can get out and force some turnovers and just make the other team kind of a little nervous and sped up a little bit. And then when that happens, that's when Baldwin's at their best. They get out on the fast break and they can convert some easy baskets and get their confidence going. But on the other end, it's been Carly Neufeld and Riley Smith mainly that have led the way for Baldwin. So tonight it's going to be up to them to kind of jumpstart the offense. Hopefully they can have a good shooting night, and hopefully we have a fun one here tonight.
Those 2 that Ryan mentioned, Carly Neufeld and Riley Smith and Ryan Smith. Ryan Hilmer, not Ryan Smith with me. Riley Smith out there. Anyway, Carly Neufeld and Riley Smith, they were both named all-tournament team in that Top Gun tournament. So coming off of some tournament accolades, and we'll see if that duo combined, they score a little over 25 points per game of the 45 that Baldwin gets as a team, or 46 that Baldwin scores as a team. Very similar numbers, scoring number-wise, for these 2 teams. The Baldwin averages 46.5 points, Basehor-Linwood averaging 45 points. Baldwin gives up 39.5. Basehor-Linwood gives up 38.5. So similar numbers here in this matchup. One thing that Basehor-Linwood has that Baldwin does not have, a 6'2 post. And Sarah Lawless, a senior, she wears number 21 for the Bobcats. So keep an eye on her in this game tonight. Again, number 21 in white. Sarah Lawless, a 6'2 senior, a returning contributor from last year's Basehor-Linwood team as well. And that's just something that Baldwin doesn't have, is the sheer size to combat against that. And we saw some size from Hayden cause some troubles for Baldwin. And then we saw as well in that Lewisburg game, some size from Lewisburg caused Baldwin a little bit of trouble. So we'll see how that matchup plays out. But to me, that's probably the biggest matchup to watch, is how Sarah Lawless affects this game with her 6'2 rebounding and scoring ability, both for Basehor-Linwood, and how Baldwin combats that.
Yeah, I mean, rebounding, we talked about it all year long, but that's going to be a huge, huge key tonight, trying to keep her off the glass and keep these girls boxed out. I was just going back through the stats a little bit of that Wellsville tournament. In that Hayden game, they only had 20 total rebounds, did the Bulldogs, so they're going to have to get a lot better on that. There's a little better in that Lewisburg game, but hopefully they can improve on that and get these girls boxed out and get on the break, running the other way, get some easy baskets.
We'll take a timeout here on the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at our lineups for this ball game as Baldwin looks to pick up a big road win tonight in Basehor as they take on the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. More to come. Your lineups are next here on the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. At Family Medicine of Baldwin City, you'll find incredible care close to home. A friendly staff here for you when you need them, offering primary care for all ages from general physicals and health exams to minor procedures and x-ray services, along with an overall patient education, ensuring peace of mind that you're receiving the best care possible in a convenient, accessible manner. Visit lmh.org or call 785-594-2512 to schedule an appointment and learn more about the incredible primary care providers at Family Medicine of Baldwin City, your partner for lifelong health.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back to the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show. There went a camera, not one of ours, but somebody else's. We are just moments away. Sorry about that. We're just moments away from tip-off and a few minutes left here on the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show. So let's take a look at your lineups for you for the visiting Baldwin Bulldogs. Marin Frost, a 5'4 junior, 6 points, 4 rebounds a game for Marin. Carly Neufeld, a 5'7 junior, team's leading scorer, 13 points per game. Alyssa Reichert, a 5'10 sophomore, 7.5 points per game, third leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Isabel Harvey, a 5'9 senior, team's leading rebounder at 5 boards per game, along with 3 points per night. And Riley Smith, a 5'8 senior, averaging 12.5 points, second best to the team, and leads the team in assists at 3 per game. The head coach is Bob Martin. He is assisted by Eric Toot and Kara Lee. The Bulldogs are 6-7 on the year. For Basehor-Linwood, here on their home floor tonight out of the United Kansas Conference in Class 5A, Alexis Augustine, a 5'7 senior, number 2. Cody Greer, a 5'5 sophomore, really good three-point shooter, number 10 for Basehor-Linwood. Have to keep a hand in her face. Taylor Cruz, 5'5 junior, number 11. Sarah Lawless, a 6'2 senior, number 21. And Tegan Capper, a 5'8 senior, number 22. The head coach is Jason Tattenhorst. And they are 7-5 on the season, are the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. We'll take a timeout as they have shut the lights down. Player introductions are next. And when we come back, we will tip this one off. Baldwin and Basehor-Linwood coming up on Baldwin Sports Live.
Morningstar Care Homes is looking for the next members of their team of compassionate caregivers. If you're a certified nurse's aide or medication aide or interested in becoming certified with company reimbursement, apply today and join the locally owned care team at Morningstar Care Homes, offering paid leave, health, dental, and vision insurance and a low 5-to-1 patient-to-caregiver ratio. Apply online at morningstarcarehomes.com/careers or call 785-594-2603. Positions available in Baldwin City, Ottawa, Fredonia, and Neodesha.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
From North Carolina, welcome back in. I give Basehor-Linwood some props here. They put on the production here in the pregame warm-ups. I'm kind of digging it.
I'm waiting for a live Bobcat to come out here. That's what I'm waiting on.
We are getting set for Baldwin and Basehor-Linwood, and player introductions finishing up here inside Basehor-Linwood High School as the Bobcats get announced, and it is quite the production. I'm digging it. I like the setup here at Basehor-Linwood High School. Good facilities, and so far production value an A+. Let's hope that the basketball on the floor matches the pregame vibes. The only thing we missed in that pregame was the pep band. They didn't. Yeah. They didn't. They were here. They kind of tuned their horns, and we didn't get the full.
It's not the biggest pep band I've ever seen.
Full pep band experience.
But should be a good one here. Pretty evenly matchup. I think this one's going to be in the girls' game. We'll see how Baldwin comes out, though, and shoots the basketball. It's going to be a big key early, and how many turnovers they can create.
Let's take a look now at our opening tip spots. Here they are, Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Soccer leagues are filling up. Sign up now for spring soccer registration for kindergartners through 8th graders. The registration deadline is February 18th, so don't wait. Sign up today for BCRC Spring Soccer. Register online at baldwinrec.org or stop by downtown at 705 High Street. Baldwin on the road purples tonight. Home white jerseys for the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. Lawless and Reichard, and here we go. Baldwin with the opening possession here tonight. Bulldogs hoping to pick up another road victory. They're 3-3 this year on the road, so they've done a pretty good job going into opponent territory this year and finding ways to pick up victories. Won a road game in Lewisburg. Their last road victory. They have road wins at Tonganoxie as well as Wellsville. Reichert had the ball. Looked like it could have maybe called a jump ball there. Looked like a defender kind of palmed that ball and forced Reichert into what eventually they call as a travel, but sometimes you'll see him call that as a jump ball situation.
I thought either he could have got a jump ball or a foul there. Looked like they were kind of reaching in on Reichert, but a tough break for the Bulldogs.
Baldwin wants a lot of turnovers in the game, but not committed. They want a lot of forced turnovers. There's a rebound for Alyssa Reichert. Baldwin gets a stop. First time down on the defensive end, and now let's see if the offense can get going as Carly Neufeld works it to the right corner, and the pass deflected and turned over. So 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Baldwin. They got away with the first one. Let's see if they can get a stop after this one as well. Foul on the floor. That will be charged to Marin Frost, her first. Bulldogs' first foul. On the drive by Augustine.
Remember the Bulldogs' last few losses, they've come out of the gate really struggling early, getting behind in that first quarter, especially that Hayden game. Need to avoid that tonight if they want to have a chance to win this one.
Lawless for the elbow, the 6'2 senior can't hit. Riley Smith the rebound, and here comes Baldwin. Neufeld spots up on the right wing. High arcing three, just short, right on the line, but comes up a bit short. Cody Greer, the lone sophomore in the starting lineup for Basehor-Linwood. Both teams start one sophomore, and Greer pulled down that rebound, and back comes Basehor-Linwood. Still no score in this first quarter. That was last touched by Greer, and Baldwin forces their first turnover of the game, but it is a dead ball turnover. Baldwin will take it nonetheless, but they'll have to execute in the half court here with 6.5 to play first quarter. Still looking for the game's first points. Lawless knocks it free from Harvey and just steals it right away. Third Baldwin turnover already. Dangerous pass skipped across the floor. Now Augustine spots up a three. Backside rebound for Neufeld. Carly pushes it up now for the Bulldogs as we played 2 minutes, still no points on the board. Frost looking to change it from the corner, in and out on the three-point try. And Lawless runs down the rebound for Basehor-Linwood.
I can already tell Lawless is going to be a handful down low, especially getting those rebounds.
Lawless posting here with Reichert trying to deny it in there. A block from behind. Neufeld rejected the attempt by Cruz. Frost pushing the other way. Attacks the defender Lawless and draws the foul on Sarah Lawless. If they could do that a few more times, that would go a long way to helping the Bulldogs' cause as well.
That was really good help defense that time.
Sorry, Ryan. They called it on Greer, actually. So, okay. I guess in my eyes, it looked like it was on Lawless, but it's Greer who gets called with the foul.
That's a big break for the Bobcats, too. You obviously don't want to get Lawless in foul trouble. She's the biggest girl you got out there.
Over 2 at the line for Frost. And the ball out of bounds over to Basehor-Linwood.
That's something Baldwin's going to have to do a little bit better as a team is free throw shooting. They've struggled at times in games this year, and that's kind of cost them some close ones.
A 60% free throw shooting team this season. Average about 10 makes on 17 attempts per game throughout the season so far, 11 games in. Deep three by Greer. She can certainly shoot the three, and maybe a little deep on that attempt, but gets it back as Frost unable to control it. Greer able to win it back. Still no points. We've played 3 minutes. Inside to Lawless. Kicks it back out. Around it goes to the right wing for Capper. Back to Greer, and this time she knocks down the open three. Well, from what I have seen, Greer, the sophomore, is the best outside threat that Basehor-Linwood has. We've seen her take a couple now already, and Neufeld trying to answer it, and on cue, the top three-point shooter on the other side with her 28th make of the year to lead the Baldwin Bulldogs. Carly Neufeld ties this game at 3.
That could be a huge factor if Carly gets going early. She can find her stroke tonight.
Shot 41% from 3 in the Wellsville Top Gun tournament, did Neufeld. For the year, shooting 36% from downtown. Augustine not the first time, but on the second chance, Alexis Augustine takes advantage of the offensive rebound, and Carly Neufeld picks up a foul in the process. So a three-point opportunity for Augustine. Three-point lead here in this first quarter for Basehor-Linwood. First substitution comes into the game for Basehor-Linwood as Savannah Fisher checks into the Bobcats lineup. And for Baldwin, Emma Kate Lang and Carly Toot check in for the Bulldogs. Smith got away for the pressure, throws it up the floor, and a good effort by Isabel Harvey saves it and throws it off of the leg of Capper, and Bulldogs will keep possession.
That was great effort. I thought Harvey's really had a good Wellsville tournament, I should say. She had a couple really good games, made a lot of hustle plays just like that.
Smith knocks down a 3 to tie this game at 6. So the Bulldogs have hit a pair of threes now from their top 2 shooters for the outside, Neufeld and Smith. Wallace gets inside around Lang and puts 2 on the board for Basehor-Linwood. The Bobcats go back up by a deuce. 3:32 to go, first quarter. Harvey back out to Smith. Great look for Riley. Harvey ends up on the floor and unable to corral an offensive rebound. Lawless ends up with it for Basehor-Linwood. (8-6) home team Basehor-Linwood on top here with 3 and change to play first quarter. Fisher pushed back out near midcourt by Toot. And Harvey called for the foul. So Isabel picks up her first, and that's the Bulldogs' third team foul. Off of the bench for Basehor-Linwood comes Harley Baker. Baseline inbound for Basehor-Linwood. 3 minutes left to play first quarter. 8-6 Bobcats. Oh, Greer with a wide open lane to the basket on that Baldwin defense. Smith thought she was getting a switch, and it not happening. And then Augustine able to clean up the miss by Greer. 4-point lead now, and Greer swipes it away for Basehor-Linwood. Fisher, long two-pointer is off the mark. Two with a rebound, long outlet on the near sideline for Smith. Bulldogs down 4, 2:24 left to play first quarter. Harvey works down the lane line, and it opens up nicely for Izzy to lay it in on the left side. (10-8) with 2 minutes left in the quarter. Augustine misses the layup. Tooth the rebound. Baldwin pushes. But turns it over for the fifth time. This leads to a breakaway for Augustine. A minute 40 left in the quarter. Baldwin trailing by 4. Neufeld trying to create off the bounce. Blocking foul. No basket for Carly. Baseline inbound for Baldwin coming up. Blocking foul. The second of the half, the quarter against Basehor-Linwood. It's the first on Harley Baker. Marin Frost checks back in for Baldwin. Taylor Cruz returns for Basehor-Linwood, and in for the first time, Emma Johnson. Deflected by Fisher. It went back off of Smith, but I think the official is saying that Fisher may have broken the plane, or now they're going to. He pointed Baldwin basketball. It clearly came back off of Smith, who was standing out of bounds, but if Fisher was over that imaginary line of the baseline, then, and that's what they're going to call, I guess. So Baldwin retains possession, and then Smith throws it off the backside of the backboard.
That's a tough exchange of events there for the Bulldogs.
That's a half dozen turnovers in this first quarter, which is not the script for success for Baldwin. But that being said, they're only down by 4. Make it 6 now as Johnson able to create for Capper. He gets the 2 and forces Baldwin into a timeout. 14-8 with a minute 13 left to play in the first quarter, and a 30-second timeout taken by Bob Martin and the Baldwin Bulldogs. Don't forget, Bulldog fans, you can text Baldwin to 816-406-0051. Anytime a big play happens, send a text. All you got to put in the text is the word Baldwin to 816-406-0051. And our partners at EZ Relic will send you a clip of the last 20 seconds of the broadcast so you can capture every big play from every game right on your phone. No charges for the service, so take advantage of it. Text Baldwin to 816-406-0051. 1:13 left to play in our first quarter. And it is a 14-8 lead right now for Basehor-Linwood. Had a couple of ties in this first quarter. No lead changes yet. Baldwin tied it at 3. They tied it at 6, but have got to grab a lead in this opening period. Knocked out of bounds by Cruz. Alyssa Reichard checks back in for Baldwin. Frost having a tough time getting that ball inbounded. Knocked right back out of bounds by Fisher. Smith to Neufeld. And a little too aggressive that time from Taylor Cruz. And she picks up her first personal foul and the team's third. 58 seconds left in the quarter. Neufeld all the way across the baseline out to the wing. And a 5-second call as Taylor Cruz had the tight defense there on Neufeld and forces the 7th turnover out of Baldwin in this first quarter.
Yeah, Bobcats doing a good job staying in front of especially Neufeld and all these Bulldogs out here, not letting them get to the rim.
.35 seconds to play first quarter. Basehor-Linwood looks like they're content to let the clock run out here. Just four corners, high passing look right now as the clock ticks down to 20 seconds. Now in the hands of Johnson with 10 seconds left in the quarter. Has her choice, goes right off the screen, now in trouble on the baseline. Finds Cruz in the short corner, and Taylor Cruz knocks down the bucket, and that is how the quarter ends. Final 6 points of the quarter go to Basehor-Linwood, and the Bobcats lead 16-8 after one here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Start of the second quarter from Basehor, Kansas tonight. Basehor-Linwood High School, and it's the home team, the Bobcats, with a 16-8 lead as we start this second period. Basehor-Linwood inside, and looked like Capper may have changed the pivot foot underneath. Maybe just did some good footwork, but either way, no call on it. Now the ball entered into the paint, and a jump ball is called, so Baldwin turns over Basehor-Linwood for just the second time. And it's right now a 7-2 difference in turnovers, so certainly a stat that Baldwin going to have to try and even up some as we move along.
Yeah, that's really been the main difference so far is Bobcats are just getting up more shots than Baldwin right now. They're taking care of the basketball a little bit better.
Basehor-Linwood, a very aggressive defensive team on the on-ball defense. They are not afraid to reach into the cookie jar and try to steal it away, and they've gotten away with it more times than not this evening as Alyssa Reichert took one too many steps and is called for travel, the team's 8th turnover. With 7:16 left to play in the half. Bailey Smith has checked in for the first time for Baldwin here to start this quarter, a sophomore guard. So two sophomores out there for Baldwin with Reichert and Bailey Smith, and then a junior in Marin Frost and a couple of seniors in Isabel Harvey and Riley Smith. Cruz, Baker, Fisher, Johnson, and Capper, the 5 for Basehor-Linwood. That's Emma Johnson with a little floater on the run, makes it 18-8 in favor of Basehor-Linwood. It's an 8-0 run now for the Bobcats after Baldwin had it a 2-point game at 10-8. Smith able to save the day there after the Reichert pass was deflected into open court. Now Bailey's going to be close to a 5-second call, just got rid of it in time.
Baldwin just doesn't look crisp early offensively tonight. They just not a lot of player movement, ball movement. They're trying to get that dribble penetration that we see a lot of, but getting shut off so far tonight.
Harley Baker called for stepping out of bounds after getting that rebound. Harvey kind of bumped into her leg and forced her to extend her step to stay balanced, and then she stepped on the baseline.
Just like to see some harder cuts, some crisper passes, and just a little more aggressiveness. That's a lot better that time from Reichert. She's going to go to the line.
Lawless and Greer have checked back in as well for Basehor-Linwood. As Reichert heads to the line, Bulldogs' second trip to the stripe of the game. Frost went over 2 back in the first quarter. Reichert just 39% this year at the free throw line. What makes the first one look easy. First point of the game for Reichert, the team's third leading scorer of the year. It's 7.5 points per game. 4 times this year, Alyssa has been in double figures for Baldwin. (18-9) score with 6:06 to play in the first half. Johnson out to Greer, can't leave her open. Missed that time, but Lawless has an offensive rebound. Greer travels. Smith able to get her hands in there and force the issue that time. Alexis Augustine back on for Basehor-Linwood. 5:40 to play, first half. 18-9, Basehor-Linwood the lead. 2 ties, no lead changes so far. Reichert from 18 feet out. Jump ball is called, and Basehor-Linwood will take over possession. Well, yeah, the official, there was a jump ball right away to start this second half, second quarter. The very first possession of the quarter, there was a jump ball. So it should be Basehor-Linwood ball here. So now after talking it over, it's Basehor-Linwood basketball. Full court pressure by Baldwin. They have yet to force a turnover. Now they kind of fall out of that pressure, but they've only forced 4 turnovers so far, but I don't know that any of them have been live ball turnovers. I'm trying to think back. I think at least 3 of the 4 I know are dead ball turnovers, so it's have to really take those in, turn them into quick points. Now a foul will put Augustine back at the free throw line.
That's interesting. Baldwin not really utilizing that press tonight. Could be because Basehor-Linwood has some really good guards and they can attack that press and get some easy layups off of that. But be interesting to see if Baldwin tries to utilize that a little more as the game goes on here.
Augustine at the line for 2 shots. Good first half from the senior guard Alexis Augustine. Already 8 points and a couple of rebounds. Makes this an 11-point Basehor-Linwood lead. Just more than 5 minutes left to play in the half. Basehor-Linwood has continued to use the pressure, but Baldwin breaks it, now has numbers. Neufeld's a Harvey, and she's fouled.
That's what you can do to the press, though. Sometimes when they try to get so many girls up there in the front court there, you can just break that and get a, I think we had a 4-on-1 opportunity there. It was a nice play to drop it off to the open Harvey. Got to start making these free throws, though.
1 out of 5 now for Baldwin as Neufeld checks back in for Frost. And another miss. Kept in play by Johnson, or Cruz rather. Basehor-Linwood with it up by 11. Inside Lawless, posting on Reichard. Finds Greer in the corner, and she knocks down her second three. 23-9, timeout Baldwin. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog Basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
23-9, Basehor-Linwood on top of Baldwin with 4:32 left to play in the first half. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin City that's fast-growing and offers service to many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. State-of-the-art machine tools, a great work environment with excellent pay and competitive benefits. Always interested in adding great team members to their team, so inquire with an email to jobs@riceprecision.com. It was 10-8 late in the first quarter, but Basehor-Linwood on a 13-1 run since then, and out of the timeout, the Bulldogs get a big shot. They needed that from Carly Neufeld with 4:13 left in the half to make it 23-12.
Yeah, that was a huge three from Carly.
Riley Smith out there to jump in the passing lane and forces Basehor-Linwood into their fifth turnover as Fisher checks back in for Johnson. So a three, a stop. See if they can double up now for the first time in this game. Score multiple times without Basehor-Linwood answering. Neufeld again for three. Off left iron, and Fisher skies for the rebound for Basehor-Linwood. Lawless step through, lay in. 2 points for Basehor-Linwood, 25-12. Reichard comes right at her, but Lawless blocks it out of bounds. Emma Kate Lang checks back in for Baldwin.
She replaces Taylor Cruz.
Harley Baker in for Basehor-Linwood. 25-12, 3:33 to play in the half. Smith from the elbow. Misses the floater, and Augustine with the rebound. Long outlet up to Greer. Neufeld cuts her off. Greer steps back, fires it up from the mid-range, and rattles it home.
It's pretty good defense there. Got a hand up on the shooter, but just better offense beats good defense in basketball sometimes.
8 points now from Greer makes it a 15-point lead for Basehor-Linwood. And a steal from Fisher. Augustine thought about the three, now takes off to drive, misses the scoop, and down onto the floor. A fight for that rebound. Tie-up is called. Baldwin will get it on the possession arrow as Harvey ties up Augustine. 2:48 left in the half. Just 4 points here in the second quarter for Baldwin after just 8 in the first. So it's another slow offensive start to a ball game for the Bulldogs. And part of the reason Ryan mentioned earlier, just not getting many shots up due to the fact they've now turned it over 10 times. Last touch by Smith. It stays with Basehor-Linwood. 2:31 to go in the half.
Just looks a little tentative offensively for the Bulldogs tonight. I know Carly's gotten a couple open threes and been able to knock them down, but overall it's a lot of just standing around and watching and waiting for somebody to make a play.
3 of the 4 field goals made for Baldwin have come from beyond the arc. As Augustine works her way inside to the basket for her 11th point. It's a double-digit first half scoring night for Alexis Augustine. 17-point lead, largest of the game for Basehor-Linwood. Riley Smith trims 3 off of it with an open 3 on the right wing.
Yeah, going to need a lot more of that. That was a lot better ball move at that time, getting an open 3. It's going to start on this end, though, if you want to start chipping away at this. Like that last possession, you can't let girls just dribble drive straight to the basket. Got to have somebody rotating over.
There goes Augustine again. There's the rotation over from Smith, but some contact and a foul, but not a bad foul there for Bailey Smith. Just her first, 15 fouls, so 1 more to give for Baldwin with 1:44 to play in the half.
That was much better that time from Bailey Smith. Exactly what I'm talking about. You got to slide over and cut off that drive. I think if she would have fell down, she might have got a charge call there, but.
Fisher to inbound. Greer, open 3 on the wing. In and out. And the last touch by Augustine. So stop for Baldwin with 1:39 left in the half. Down 14. Would love to get this back to a single-digit deficit if they could before the half. Toot goes right at Lawless and draws the foul. So now Lawless picks up her first. We thought she had picked up a first back in the first quarter, but now is called for that foul. It's the 6th team foul, and at the line is Carly Toot. 12 out of 18 this year at the line, but the Bulldogs' struggles at the free throw line continue.
That's what you got to do when you got a big, intimidating presence in there, though. You just got to drive right at her. Try to get her in foul trouble, get her out of the game as she is now.
She checks out as Augustine exits as well. Capper and Johnson come back on. But Baldwin is a struggling 1 out of 8 at the free throw line right now.
Anytime you turn the ball over a lot and don't make your free throws, you're probably going to be trailing in the game.
A nice look to set up Baker, and it took 2 chances, but Harley Baker does finish the play off. Rob Johnson of an assist, but the points nonetheless. Riley Smith pulls up, gets 2 right back. 31-17, and Basehor-Linwood will take their first time out of the first half with 1:03 left to play in the half, and a 31-17 Bobcats lead. Baldwin started this half with a back and forth, matching the Bobcats bucket for bucket, but when they went into their lull, they only scored 1 point from the 2:11 mark of the first quarter to the 4:11 mark of the second quarter. And during that stretch, outscored 13-1. And that's pretty much been the difference in this ball game because, again, since that point, once they ended that long Basehor-Linwood run, they kind of matched them bucket for bucket. But got to try to overcome that deficit that they built during that drought. 1:03 left in the half. Johnson pushes it up for Basehor-Linwood and then throws it right away into the hands of Neufeld. Breakaway chance for Carly and lays it in for the Bulldogs to make it 31-19.
It's a big bucket. You mentioned it. If you can get this down to 10, maybe even single digits before half, that just feels so much better going into the locker room.
Oh, yeah, you'd feel a lot better about things considering you've had double-digit turnovers in this first half and a trail by as many as 17 at one point.
It's just little plays like that. You just got to turn, box out the girls, get that rebound, and clear that possession. Say so many times defense doesn't end until you get that rebound.
Another second chance opportunity here for Basehor-Linwood as they will hold out for what they hope is the final shot, down to 13 seconds to go in the half.
I give the Bobcats a lot of credit, though. They've played a really, really solid first half of basketball here, made a lot of their shots.
Johnson drives, scoops, and gets the roll at the buzzer. So the Bobcats able to score at the buzzer in both the end of the first and second quarters. And it is Basehor-Linwood on top of Baldwin, 33-19 at the half. Coming up, it's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. That's next right here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome into the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, brought to you by your Baldwin City Farm Bureau agent Kelly Neufeld, there to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting. See how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. We are at the half here in Basehor-Linwood tonight, and it is 33-19 Bobcats as Basehor-Linwood used a 13-1 run in the middle of that first half to help give themselves some cushion in their lead, and they have held on to that cushion, leading by as many as 17 at one point. Two ties, no lead changes. The ties came back early on at 3 and 6, and again, Baldwin has never led in the first half so far of this ball game. Well, 8 points in the first quarter, 11 in the second quarter for Baldwin, 16 in the first and 17 in the second for Basehor-Linwood. And a couple of the big statistics of that first half, 10 Baldwin turnovers. They did even it up a little bit in the second quarter as they forced 5 second quarter turnovers out of Basehor-Linwood. And that makes it a 10-6 game in terms of turnovers in this first half. But Baldwin had the 10 first half turnovers and then went 1 of 8 at the free throw line. They did not take advantage of the opportunity to score at the line, and when you turn it over 10 times, you're not getting many field goal attempts up, so then when you do get the line, they're that much more important. You got to make those, and Baldwin didn't in that first half. So here they are. They find themselves down at 14, and we'll see what kind of adjustments they make in this second half. Ryan, what do you see as the key for Baldwin here to try to turn things around in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it kind of there. It's pretty obvious offensively. You got to take care of the ball a little better. If you're not getting up many shots, you're not going to make many shots. And so you got to take care of the ball better offensively. And then defensively, Augustine and Greer have really hurt you, those two guards from the outside. You got to start getting out there, getting a hand up, and then getting some rebounds, boxing out Lawless down low. It's a lot of things that are going to have to improve both offensively and defensively for Baldwin. But overall, honestly, down 14, it could be a lot worse going into the second half here. So it's could be worse going into the second half, so we'll see.
33-19, that's our score here at the break. Basehor-Linwood, the lead on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll run down the first half numbers for you when we come back here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show right after this word from Farm Bureau.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
First half numbers for you here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Basehor-Linwood, 11 points from Alexis Augustine. She leads all scorers in this game and pulled down 4 rebounds as well. Strong first half from the 5'7" senior Alexis Augustine. Cody Greer, sophomore sharpshooter for the outside, knocked down a pair of threes, had 8 points in the first half for the Bobcats. 2 points from Taylor Cruz, 2 points from Harley Baker, 2 points from Tegan Capper, and 4 from Sarah Lawless. Baker, with 4 rebounds off at the bench, leads the way for Basehor-Linwood along with Augustine, and then Greer and Lawless each pulled down 3 first half rebounds. For Baldwin, leading scorer in the half was Neufeld and Riley Smith. They each had 8. Neufeld and Smith both knocked down a pair of threes. They both had 1 2-point field goal. They each had 1 of their threes in the first, 1 of their threes in the second. Their stat line looks identical. They each have 1 rebound as well that both came in the first quarter. Yeah, it's basically a carbon copy in that first half for those two. But after that, the points were few and far between for everybody else, as Neufeld and Smith had 16 of the 19. Isabel Harvey had 2, and Alyssa Reichard with 1 point in that first half. Leading rebounder in the half for the Bulldogs was Carly Toot with 2, and nobody had more than 1 assist in the first half for Baldwin. So the Bulldogs are trailing at the half, 33-19. We'll see if they can turn things around in the second half. They've overcome a halftime deficit to win twice this year. This would be a big one if they could do it tonight against the Bobcats of Basehor-Linwood. 33-19 is our score here at the half. You've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Farm Bureau there to assist in your insurance, investment, and wealth management needs. Go see Kelly Neufeld and the team in downtown Baldwin City. They'll sit down and discuss your financial well-being and see how they can help you achieve your goals, both present and future. Farm Bureau, it's your future. Let's protect it. Second half starts next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Family Medicine of Baldwin City, you'll find incredible care close to home. A friendly staff here for you when you need them, offering primary care for all ages from general physicals and health exams to minor procedures and x-ray services, along with an overall patient education, ensuring peace of mind that you're receiving the best care possible in a convenient, accessible manner. Visit lmh.org or call 785-594-2512 to schedule an appointment and learn more about the incredible primary care providers at Family Medicine of Baldwin City, your partner for lifelong health.
Morningstar Care Homes is looking for the next members of their team of compassionate caregivers. If you're a certified nurse's aide or medication aide or interested in becoming certified with company reimbursement, apply today and join the locally owned care team at Morningstar Care Homes, offering paid leave, health, dental, and vision insurance and a low 5-to-1 patient to caregiver ratio. Apply online at morningstarcarehomes.com/careers or call 785-594-2603. Positions available in Baldwin City, Ottawa, Fredonia, and Neodesha.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Baldwin and Basehor-Linwood headed to the second half here tonight with Basehor-Linwood on top 33-19. We have another game coming up after this one. The boys' game will follow the 10-2 Basehor-Linwood Bobcats in their 7-game winning streak. Host the 6-7 Baldwin Bulldogs, who are just 10 days removed from playing for the Baldwin Invitational Tournament Championship in an exciting game they had in that championship against Harmon, but lost that one, then lost to Wellsville. So the Bulldogs, coming off of back-to-back losses on the boys' side, will try and pick up a huge road victory tonight against the streaking Bobcats of Basehor-Linwood. So that game coming up a little bit later on tonight. We've got a second half to play here in our girls contest. 33-19, Basehor-Linwood with the lead as we start the second half. Reichard, Smith, Harvey, Neufeld, and Frost for the Bulldogs. Greer, Augustine, Cruz, Capper, and Lawless for Basehor-Linwood. Up top to Greer, knocked down a couple of threes in the first half. She and Augustine had 19. And this is a deep two from Greer. A little bit strong with it. And out of bounds off at the hands of Harvey. Another second chance opportunity for Basehor-Linwood to start this second half.
I'll be interested to see the amount of pressure defensively Baldwin puts on and see if they try to up it here in the second half, put that press on a little bit.
Inside to Lawless. Back out into the corner for Greer. Offensive rebound, Lawless. And a foul eventually on Capper. So that is living dangerously, giving Basehor-Linwood 3 chances on that possession, but Baldwin survives it, no points surrendered. And the Bulldogs have the ball down 14 for their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, ultimately it was a really good job boxing out by Isabel Harvey. It'll take a lot more of that.
Reichard attacks down the center of the paint, draws the foul, and a chance coming up at the free throw line, but that has been a area of struggle for the Bulldogs tonight. 1 out of 8 at the free throw line. Reichard has the one make. She was 1 of 2 back at the second quarter. And able to knock that first free throw down. The foul on the way on Taylor Cruz was her second. So there's a good job at the line for Reichard. Hits them both. The Bulldogs, some soft pressure, meet them at midcourt, but not playing their typical full court pressure defense. This is Lawless with a foot on the line. Three-pointer rattled out. A one and done trip this time around. Reichard the rebound, pushes it up. Out to Frost. Catch and shoot for 3 and knocks it down. And Bulldogs have pulled back within a single-digit deficit at 33-24, and a strong start to this second half. Skip pass across to Greer. Harvey denying Capper in the paint. Good job there by Harvey. Now Lawless backs away, fires up a 3 and connects.
It's all right, though. You can handle her taking shots from three-point range out there if you can get her out away from the basket. Unless she starts making 3 or 4, I might change my mind.
Augustine, the defender, fell down, and it gives Neufeld a wide open look. And Carly knocks down a third 3. 11 points to lead the way for the Bulldogs. And Baldwin trails by 9 with 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Capper from the corner gives it up to Greer. A switch now. Capper being guarded by Frost. So a mismatch inside. This is Lawless from outside the paint.
Both Reichard and Harvey doing a really good job right there, trapping her in the corner.
Back inside, Lawless. Working against Reichard. Good job by Alyssa. Outside Capper. Greer able to cut inside, gets it in tight and scores.
Much better defensively overall that possession, though, for Baldwin. They need to continue to play that way.
Riley Smith up top to Harvey. Baldwin down 11. Harvey drives, had it stripped, and it's out of bounds off of Basehor-Linwood. So a break there for Baldwin as Augustine had thoughts of starting the break the other way, but Baldwin will have a chance to still keep possession here with 5:10 to go in the third, trailing 38-27. Smith to inbound. Nice play to get Harvey wide open in the middle of the paint, but Augustine rejects the shot attempt, and then Augustine fouled by Reichard. Second on Alyssa, first team foul of the second half.
Another nice baseline inbounding play, though. We've seen that all year long from Baldwin boys and girls.
5 minutes to go, third quarter. Baldwin down 17 at one point in the first half, trailed by 14 at halftime. Had it down to 9 here early on in this third quarter. Backdoor cut, Greer to Capper, and the two-pointer is missed. And then on the baseline, the ball bounced on the baseline over to Baldwin. So a missed chance for Basehor-Linwood. Capper had as good of a look as she could have ever hoped for, but unable to capitalize. Carly Toot checks in for Baldwin.
She replaces Isabel Hardy.
Frost this time drives on Greer. Smith trying to clear some space with Cruz. Very active hands defensively. Frost leaves it out to Riker to the corner. And Alyssa stripped him away up, but a piece of the arm. And Alyssa Reichert heads back to the free throw line for Baldwin. Looked like Lawless was the one who reached in there, and it is on Sarah Lawless. That's her second.
Her second. At the line, shooting 2. Alyssa Reichert.
Lawless will exit with her second foul. Harley Baker
Sarah Lawless.
checks in with 4:14 left in the third. Empty trip to the free throw line yet again. Augustine on the backdoor feed from Greer, misses, put back up and in for Tegan Capper. Smith drives into traffic, able to get that ball high off the window and kiss it in. $11-point deficit with 3:40 to play, third quarter. Baker's pass intercepted by Riley Smith. Averages almost 3 steals per game, and that theft results in 2 the other way. Back to a 9-point deficit with 3:24 to play, third quarter. The 12 points here in this third quarter with still over 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Already a game high for a quarter scoring for Baldwin, so a much better start to this second half on both ends of the floor. Now another turnover forced. Frost with a steal, and she's fouled in the backcourt.
It's starting to look a lot more like Bulldog basketball like we're used to seeing. The way these girls have played most of the year, getting some turnovers now. I always feel like their confidence shoots up every time they start forcing a lot of those turnovers.
30-second timeout taken by Basehor-Linwood with 3:07 left to go in the third. And the Basehor-Linwood lead, which was once 17, back down to 9. So we had talked about trying to get that deficit down to a single-digit margin by halftime. Well, that didn't happen, but they do have it down to a single-digit deficit at this point. If they can keep it at this point or less heading into the fourth quarter, the way they played, I think the Bulldogs will feel like they've got a chance coming fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they're steadily chipping away at this thing, and so if they continue to play this way on the defensive end, they're going to get some easy baskets going the other way like we've seen, getting a couple easy layups. So that's going to be how Baldwin's going to get back in this game, is not only taking care of the ball on their end, but trying to turn over Basehor-Linwood.
Well, Bulldogs have only turned it over 3 times since the end of the first quarter, when they had 7 of them in that first quarter. So they've done a much better job. They have forced 7 turnovers out of Basehor-Linwood since then. And right now, just 2 fewer turnovers than forced turnovers for Baldwin as Toot gets tied up. And a jump ball after Toot lost the handle. It stays with Baldwin. 2:55 to go, third quarter. Big final 3 minutes in this third quarter. They can really put some pressure on Basehor-Linwood if they're able to keep the score where it's at, or maybe even dip into that lead a little bit more. Toot with a drive, and the ball last touched by Capper. So another chance coming up for Baldwin.
It's been almost night and day difference on this end of the floor, though, the player movement that I've seen. It's been a big factor, and Baldwin looking a lot better offensively.
Neufeld is fouled. And Fisher ends up taking the worst of it. May have gotten hit in the nose there inadvertently. The foul is charged to Harley Baker, her third. That's now 5 team fouls against Basehor-Linwood as well. And normally you'd say, well, they're putting themselves into some foul issues here to put Baldwin at the line, although if you're Basehor-Linwood, maybe you're not scared about that because Baldwin has struggled mightily at the free throw line. Fisher with some assistance and helped off the floor here. Emma Johnson checks in for.
You got to think at some point, though, law of averages, you're going to start making a couple more free throws, you'd hope.
Rebounded by Capper.
Can't get discouraged, though. You have to stay aggressive and keep trying to get to that line. They'll start dropping.
Augustine on the kick out, missed the three. Toot with a nice rebound. And Neufeld stripped on the drive. One hand pass by Greer, and Emma Kate Lang able to step in front, knock it loose. Ball still comes loose. Neufeld trying to get it to Lang, intercepted by Capper. Johnson angling in, stripped by Neufeld, diving onto the floor, and a tie-up will keep it with Basehor-Linwood.
Both teams playing extremely hard, though, just piling up the floor burns every time there's a loose ball. 2 or 3 girls diving on the floor.
Sarah Lawless checks back in for Basehor-Linwood. 1:53 to play in the third. Baldwin down 9 after trailing by 14 at the half. Augustine's been shut down in this third quarter and gets run into by Carly Toot. Carly picks up her first. Just the second team foul of the half against Baldwin, but Augustine has not scored in this second half yet after having 11 in the first half. Speaking to the defense that Baldwin's been able to improve on in this second half, now Toot picks up a second foul.
It's not the worst thing to start giving a couple fouls here as long as you're being aggressive, trying to get some steals from it. Like you can see Riley pressuring her way out, away from the basket. Don't want to send him to the line too much, though.
Yeah, they foul Augustine in the act of the shot that time, so a couple of free throws coming up for Augustine, who's been perfect in this game, 3 out of 3. .11 first half for Alexis Augustine. That's her first point of the second half. Capper returns for Basehor-Linwood. Frost back in for Baldwin. Taylor Cruz now returns for Basehor-Linwood. 1:38 left to go in the third. 42-31 Basehor-Linwood lead. Bailey Smith comes up to join Riley Smith to try to break this pressure. Full court defense. Smith gets it to Riley. Now Riley splitting the defenders. Gets across midcourt, takes a contact, able to keep her balance, keep the ball, find Neufeld, but the three is short. Lawless, the big screen up top. Quick ball movement back around to Augustine, and the three-pointer misses on the left wing. Capper with another offensive rebound. Underneath, back to Augustine. Off the bottom side of the backboard, Neufeld trying to fight Augustine for that ball. It's a jump ball, and Baldwin wins the possession with 56 seconds to go in the third.
Once again, this is a big final minute of the third quarter. If you can get this single digits going into the fourth, talk about it all the time. It just feels better, looks better on the scoreboard.
Neufeld inside to Smith. Riley spinning to her left, flipped it up, but short, got knocked to the floor, and it's a play on. 23 seconds to play in the quarter. Augustine looks up the clock, 10 seconds. Works off the screen from Capper. Into the corner for Johnson. And my goodness, Basehor-Linwood has now scored at the horn on the end of all three quarters. And they lead by 14 as we go to the fourth here on Baldwin Sports Live.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
We head to the fourth quarter tonight, 45-31. Basehor-Linwood on top of Baldwin. And that's a 7-point difference in this game just on the last second shots from Basehor-Linwood. They lead the game by 14, and half of that lead has come on the buckets they have scored on the final possession of each quarter. The latest, a 3 by Emma Johnson. They're trying to figure out who.
Yeah.
I think they Basehor-Linwood tried to make a substitution in their lineup, but they didn't get Cody Greer to the scores table before the horn, and so she can't check in yet, and so that was the delay there, and they had to bring Emma Johnson back on. So Basehor-Linwood starts the fourth with a ball, but they quickly give it up as Riley Smith missed the layup after the steal. Baldwin did some better work in that third quarter relative to the first half as Capper misses the long two, but offensive rebound Johnson, put back missing as well, and off of Reichert's hand it will stay with Basehor-Linwood. But despite what was some better play in that third quarter, it's a little disheartening then when you start the fourth quarter and you weren't able to trim anything off that lead of Basehor-Linwood and you still trail by 14.
Yeah, it was kind of a stalemate of a third quarter. It was much better from Baldwin's perspective, execution-wise, but Basehor-Linwood still played pretty well, and just Bulldogs not able to chip away at that lead much.
Finally, pinballs out of bounds on the far sideline. Baldwin will have a chance to gather their breath and set something up here in the half court, trailing by 14 with 7:19 to go. Had two ties early on before a 13-1 run by Basehor-Linwood gave them a little bit of a cushion that they have really never relinquished. Baldwin has had the score as low as the deficit as low as 9 since they fell behind by 17 back in the first half. Give it away here, and now Basehor-Linwood has it with 7 minutes to go. Knocked out by Neufeld. Johnson inside to Lawless. Frost looked like she reached in there and grabbed a hold of the basketball, but the official says she had Lawless's arm instead, so it's the second foul on Frost. 15th foul against Baldwin.
Frost. First second.
Johnson drive to the baseline, ran out of room. Turns it over. Smith leads the Bulldogs up the floor. And now a timeout is called by Baldwin as Smith was in a predicament. A timeout, Bulldogs. 6:33 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. Right there in Baldwin City. Rice Precision Manufacturing specializes in CNC machining and the fabrication of parts, components, and assemblies for a wide range of industries. Email the sales team at sales@riceprecision.com to get more information on how they can assist in your manufacturing needs. Bulldogs need to manufacture some points here in this fourth quarter to try to erase a 14-point deficit and pick up an improbable road victory after trailing by as many as 17, but they've refused to go away. They keep hanging around and not letting Basehor-Linwood breathe easy. Harvey out of the inbound play. Can't get the rattle to go, and Lawless clears it for Basehor-Linwood. Greer for the baseline, comes right back at her, puts it back up on a second chance, and Cody Greer now with a dozen. 7-0 run for Basehor-Linwood after Baldwin had trimmed it to 9. 15-foot pull-up by Neufeld rattles out. Lawless the rebound, long outlet to Greer, who steps into another two-point attempt. Harvey collects the rebound for Baldwin, then she is fouled. Final foul to give for Basehor-Linwood, their 6th team foul. With 5:57 to go in the game. And it's called on Taylor Cruz, her third.
Team 6.
Frost outside to Reichert. Around Capper. Trying to find Neufeld in the corner. Carly steps into a two-pointer after the shot fake. But again, defensive play by the length of Basehor-Linwood. A couple of 6'2" Sarah Lawless, and then Tegan Capper, who is listed at 5'8", but seems to play taller with that length down inside for Basehor-Linwood. And another block shot results in another empty trip for Baldwin. Smith plastering defense on Taylor Cruz. Can't get the ball loose though, and now Augustine.
This is really good offensive efficiency there from Basehor-Linwood. You got to give them a lot of credit. They've played really well tonight.
Smith knocks down a three off the dribble pull-up. That's her third try, 15 of the game. But Baldwin still trailing by 15 with 5 minutes to play. Harvey steps across the helper right there as Reichert helped off on Frost, and then Harvey comes to help Reichert with the steal. Foul called on Harvey after they tried to go into Reichert, and Reichert kind of came up holding that left arm. Looks like she's good enough to stay in the game at least. Isabel Harvey picks up her second, team 6th. Johnson and Baker return for Basehor-Linwood. 4.5 to play, 49-34. Basehor-Linwood, the 15-point lead. They have led throughout, other than a couple of early ties at 3 and 6. Augustine slips it back into the middle for Baker, but unable to capitalize. Now back comes Baldwin. Reichert Underneath has Harvey wide open on the left block. But Izzy misses from close range, and it's taken back by Basehor-Linwood. Johnson flips it across to Baker for 2. Foul committed as Smith is knocked to the floor. It's called on Baker. And it's 4 on Harley Baker. And it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Baldwin's Riley Smith. Capper replaces Baker with 3:53 to play here in the 4th. Smith at the line, 69% this year as a foul shooter. 9th straight game in double figures for Smith tonight. 16 points, leads all scorers in the game. Coming off of a tournament in Wellsville where she averaged 15.5 points per game across the 3 ball games, getting named all-tournament team. Carly Neufeld also on that all-tournament team for Baldwin, and those 2 have scored 28 of their 36 points tonight. Bailey Smith runs that one down for another Baldwin steal. Good shot fake by Neufeld, but Augustine able to recover and block it. Greer leaves it on the baseline for Augustine. Left it short. Neufeld, the backside rebound. Around it goes to Smith in the corner. Johnson a little late getting out there to her. And Riley Smith knocks down another 3, and that's a season high. 20 points tonight from Riley Smith. A 12-point gap with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, sorry, Bryce. It's been a really nice game from Riley Smith, though. Offensively and defensively, thought she's played really well. It's been a tough night overall, though, for the Bulldogs.
Well, how often has that happened when Baldwin starts to make a little bit of a push, gets a couple of shots to go, a big answer on the other side. That one from Cody Greer, the sophomore guard with 15 for Basehor-Linwood on that 3. And we have a timeout on the floor with 2:55 to play in the 4th. 54-39, Basehor-Linwood on top.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
.55 left to go, 4th quarter, 54-39, Basehor-Linwood. The 15-point lead, continuing to hold off the Bulldogs' push. Smith working on a season high 20, gives it to Riker to the elbow. Frost has it knocked away. And ends up with Basehor-Linwood. And Johnson lays it in. The official stops play to check on Riker, who kind of came down awkwardly on that ball, landed right on her hip on the basketball. She'll check out of the game. Carly Neufeld comes back in.
Kind of to the point now, you just want to get out of here. No injuries or anything going into Friday night.
And just a blink of an eye ago, they had trimmed it down to 12 with 3 minutes to go. You're thinking, okay, one final push, but then you just blink your eyes and it's back to 17 again, which matches the largest lead of the night for Basehor-Linwood.
It kind of just gets the feel of this game. Basehor-Linwood kind of went on cruise control a little bit there. Good team overall, though. They played really well tonight.
Late whistle on a foul called against Sarah Lawless. So a couple of free throws coming up for Isabel Harvey.
Hasn't been horrible execution tonight, though, from the Bulldogs. Just missed that many free throws, and there's another one. It's going to have a tough time staying in a basketball game.
4 out of 14 now for Baldwin.
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect to shoot 100%, but you had a couple of those, missed opportunities, and this game's a lot closer. Take a couple of those turnovers away, and it's been really self-inflicted from Baldwin tonight.
Under 2 minutes to go. Basehor-Linwood looking at their first back-to-back win since their final 2 games of December and their first game coming out of the Christmas break. And a change of the call here. Initially they were giving it to Baldwin. Now they change it, give it back to Basehor-Linwood with 1:46 to play. Boys game still coming up tonight following the conclusion of this one, so stick around for that. Hand check on the drive. Augustine is fouled by Riley Smith, so a 1-on-1 opportunity for Alexis Augustine. She's not the girl you want to foul. She is 5 of 5 in this game at the line. In fact, nobody else has even gone to the free throw line for Basehor-Linwood. Misses for the first time, but of course, offensive rebound. And now Capper will go to the line. Third foul on Isabel Harvey. 2 shots for Capper. 4 points, 5 rebounds in the game for Tegan Capper. And now Basehor-Linwood with Ella Gilliam checks in along with Olivia Vanderweide. So a couple of deep reserves into the lineup here with this game in hand at 58-39 and 1:35 to go. Smith is fouled. Riley will walk to the other side of the floor and attempt free throws. 4th foul on Taylor Cruz. That is 19 fouls, so it's a 1-and-1 for Riley. She is 2 for 2 at the line in this game. And now Bob Martin will make some wholesale changes as well. Carly Toot, Emma Kate Lang, Samantha Scraper, and Emily Taylor all check in, with McBride waiting to do the same if Smith makes the free throws, which she does not. Rebounded by Baker, and now the official stops play anyway to bring the sub in. The old official courtesy inadvertent whistle just to get the sub in. A 1:15 to go. Basehor-Linwood will try to just work off the final few seconds of this final minute of this ball game. Game that back and forth to start, but a early, or I guess a mid first half run by Basehor-Linwood gave them the cushion that they have been able to keep a hold of the entire game. Eventually, Harley Baker puts that one through to make it 60-39 after another couple of offensive rebounds. McBride doubled. Ball is duly possessed, so jump ball, and Baldwin keeps it. Bounce into Carly Toot. She's fouled by Greer. And that will result in 2 free throws now, as that is the 10th team foul on Basehor-Linwood. First point of the game for Toot. Well, 5 of 18 free throw shooting tonight. That would be a season low for the Bulldogs in terms of percentage. Their previous low, 32%, but just a tick under 28% tonight at the free throw line. Not that that in and of itself would have made the difference in what is a 20-point deficit right now, but it would have certainly changed the complexion of this game late had the Bulldogs had even just modest success at the free throw line tonight. Would have kept a little more pressure on Basehor-Linwood as this game winded down. But as it is, Basehor-Linwood defends their home court tonight with a 60-40 victory over the Baldwin Bulldogs. Basehor-Linwood now 8-5 with the win, and the Bulldogs drop to 6-8 with the loss. We'll wrap up the girls' game for you with the final numbers when we come back, and then get you set for game 2 of our doubleheader tonight as the Baldwin boys take on the 10-2 Basehor-Linwood boys. Coming up next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Look back inside Basehor-Linwood High School, where this first game of the night has gone final. The final score in our girls' game, 60-40. Basehor-Linwood picks up the victory, and the Bobcats improved to 8-5 with the win, and their 4th straight win over the Baldwin Bulldogs stands as Baldwin drops to 6-8 with this loss, and will be back in action on Friday night back home when they host Eudora for Basehor-Linwood. Their next game also on Friday night, and it is also a home game for the Bobcats. They will host Wamego coming up on Friday. 2 ties, no lead changes in this game. The ties came early, 3 and 6, and then it was a 13-1 run by Basehor-Linwood that took them from up 10-8 to up 23-9, and they pretty much held a double-digit lead the rest of the way. They had it as many as 17 in the second quarter, and then led by 14 at halftime. Baldwin did come out in the second half and trimmed the deficit down to 9 on a couple of occasions in the third quarter. But after it was 40-31, with just a few minutes left in the third quarter, Basehor-Linwood went on a 9-0 run to push it back up to 18, and it would remain a large lead from that point on as they led by as many as 21 on their way to a 60-40 victory. Some of the final numbers for you here. Basehor-Linwood led tonight by the duo of Alexis Augustine and Emma Johnson. They each had 15 points in this game. Augustine's work came primarily in the first half. She had 11 of her 15 in the first half. And for Greer, pretty balanced. She had 8 in the first and 7 in the second half. Those two leading the way with half of the offense tonight for Basehor-Linwood. The other scorers, Emma Johnson with 7, Taylor Cruz with 2, Harley Baker with 6, Sarah Lawless with 7, and Tegan Capper with 6. Lawless led the rebounding battle. She had 8 rebounds in this game. Harley Baker also pulled down 7 boards, and Alexis Augustine collected 5, along with 5 from Tegan Capper. For Baldwin, leading scorer tonight was Riley Smith, who scored a season-high 20. 12 of it came in the second half, knocked down 4 threes in this game. With 20 points, 1 better than her 19 she had in the last game out for the Bulldogs. So she has set a season high now in consecutive games offensively for Baldwin. Carly Neufeld in double digits as well tonight, 11 points, just 3 in the second half. As that's happened a couple of times now in the last several outings for Baldwin, where Neufeld has gotten off to a great scoring start. Maybe the Lewisburg game, the same thing. She had 13 in the first half against Lewisburg in that consolation semifinal in Wellsville. Was held at just 3 in the second half of that game as well. And tonight had 8 in the first half, just 3 in the second half, as she finishes the night with 11. 8th double-digit scoring game of the year for Neufeld. Marin Frost with 3 points. Alyssa Reichert with 3 points. 2 points from Isabel Harvey and Carly Toot with 1 point tonight. Leading rebounder for the Bulldogs was Reichert and Toot. They each pulled down 3 rebounds. So that's going to do it on the girls' side of things tonight. Again, your final 60-40. Basehor-Linwood with the 20-point victory over the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin back in action on Friday night when they host Eudora. You can catch that game right here on Baldwin Sports Live with a 6 o'clock scheduled tip for Baldwin and Eudora girls. And the Baldwin Eudora boys will play on Friday night in the second game of our doubleheader there as well. All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start getting you set for game 2 of our doubleheader tonight as the 6 and 7 Baldwin boys take on the 10 and 2 Basehor-Linwood boys. That's coming up next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Morningstar Care Homes is looking for the next members of their team of compassionate caregivers. If you're a certified nurse's aide or medication aide or interested in becoming certified with company reimbursement, apply today and join the locally owned care team at Morningstar Care Homes. Offering paid leave, health, dental, and vision insurance and a low 5-to-1 patient to caregiver ratio. Apply online at morningstarcarehomes.com/careers or call 785-594-2603. Positions available in Baldwin City, Ottawa, Fredonia, and Neodesha.
At Family Medicine of Baldwin City, you'll find incredible care close to home. A friendly staff here for you when you need them, offering primary care for all ages from general physicals and health exams to minor procedures and x-ray services, along with an overall patient education, ensuring peace of mind that you're receiving the best care possible in a convenient, accessible manner. Visit lmh.org or call 785-594-2512 to schedule an appointment and learn more about the incredible primary care providers at Family Medicine of Baldwin City, your partner for lifelong health. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back. We are at Basehor-Linwood High School tonight in Basehor, where the Bobcats are set to host the Baldwin Bulldogs. Ryan Hilmer, Bryce Kessler with you here from Basehor-Linwood High School tonight. Let's get you set for game 2 of this doubleheader. So here we go. Basehor-Linwood 10 and 2 on the year, and the Bobcats are rolling right now. They're coming off of an 83-26 win over KC Turner this past Friday night. It was their 7th straight victory, and during their current 7-game win streak, the Bobcats are pouring it in. They are scoring 69.4 points per game during this winning streak, and their average margin of victory 29.3 points per game. So they have been not only winning, but they have been winning in dominant fashion And now on their home floor tonight, they're going to look to keep that going against a Baldwin Bulldogs team that started the year on fire and opened the season 4-1 before the Christmas break hit. Since then, they have gone just 2-6 and are now 6-7 overall on the year. But of those losses during this current stretch, they have had some good games. They just haven't been able to come out with some victories. They had a couple of rough ones against Tonganoxie and Piper, but then didn't play all that poorly in their losses since. They just haven't been able to come away on the right end of it on multiple occasions. But as the underdog here tonight on the road against a hot Basehor-Linwood team, we'll see if the Bulldogs can put together 4 full quarters in this ball game and pick up a big road victory. And that's likely what it's going to take, is 4 full quarters. They're going to have to play well from the get-go. They've had a tendency to get off to some slow starts here lately, but they can ill afford to do that in this ball game tonight. And the Bulldogs will hope that Cole Mahaffey stays red hot from his last game out against Wellsville. Mahaffey, all he did was go for 27 and 15. Now, it did happen in a Bulldog loss, and Mahaffey would gladly sacrifice some of those points, some of those rebounds to mean a victory for the Bulldogs. But Mahaffey was on fire, and he has been really excelling on the glass here as of late. Over his last 7 games, Mahaffey averaging 9.5 rebounds per game to go along with 14.5 points per game. He's now up to 8 rebounds per game on the year, which is the new leading rebounder on this team. And so we'll see if Mahaffey can continue not only his scoring, but also his presence on the glass, because that will be a big key for the Bulldogs in this game if they're to pull this upset. Caleb Carr, of course, continues to score. He leads the team at 18 points per game. He has been distributing at a high rate as of late as well, averaging 6 assists per game over his last 5 ball games, and it hasn't come at the expense of scoring. He's averaging 18.8 points per game over that 5-game stretch as well. So those two guys have pretty much been on night in, night out, Carr and Mahaffey. The real question comes with who is going to be that other guy for Baldwin. It's been different guys on different nights, but sort of the common denominator in their wins is it has to be somebody. It can't just be Carr and Mahaffey. They have needed that next guy to step up on any given night. And we don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to have to be somebody probably tonight in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where you kind of know that Carr and Mahaffey, they're going to give you what they're going to give you offensively, and they play well on the defensive end, but everybody else kind of knows their roles, good role players. But Zembecki, Darnell, and I think Grossner probably be out there starting tonight. Going to have to really play together. It's going to be a challenge tonight for the Bulldogs, because Basehor-Linwood, I should say, is a very good team, so as you mentioned. So it's going to be a challenge tonight. They're going to have to play well, talk on the defensive end. Communication is going to be a big key, rotating over, helping each other. But, yeah, you mentioned it. Who's going to be kind of that third scorer, that third guy that's going to go with Carr and Mahaffey, because it's going to take all 7, 8 guys that are going to play tonight for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a tough one.
Bulldogs coming off a 73-59 loss to Wellsville on Wednesday in their last outing, and now on the road where they are just 1-4 this year. So they've had a tough win-loss record on the road, but they have faced some good teams on the road as well. Paola, Tonganoxie, Ottawa, Lewisburg, and so they are hoping that they can find a big road victory. They did pick up their one road win, came at the buzzer in Burlington back on December 10th. So it's been a little less than 2 months since their last road victory. We'll see if they can pick one up here tonight and end a hot stretch for the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats, who have won 7 straight and are averaging 69 points per game during their current 7-game win streak. More to come here on the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show. Back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm Insurance Agent in Baldwin City.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back to the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show. Boys game coming up 10-2. Basehor-Linwood 6-7. Baldwin. We have a few extra minutes to kill here in the pregame show because they had the massive mini cheerleader production there between games, and so it gives me a chance. I don't usually have time to fit this promo in for you during the pregame, but if you haven't already, get your phone out and put this number in, 816-406-0051. Save that number in your phone. I save it as highlights. You can save it as whatever you want, the name, but keep that number in your contacts, and then anytime a big play happens and you are sitting there saying, man, that was a sweet play by Cole Mahaffey, I wish I could see that again, all you have to do is text the word Baldwin to that number that you just saved in your phone under highlights or under Baldwin Sports Live or under whatever you want to save it as. Just text Baldwin to that number, and you'll get a clip, a video clip of the last 20 seconds of the broadcast whenever you send the text. So once the big play happens, you have 20 seconds to get your phone out and text Baldwin to 816-406-0051. And EZ Relic, who Baldwin Sports Live has partnered with to bring you this service, will send you that video clip, and then you can forever have that big highlight play that you just couldn't live without. So there you go. 816-406-0051. All you have to do is text Baldwin. Don't text more than that. Don't text less than that. Just text Baldwin, and you'll get that clip. All right. Back to the game now. 6-7 Baldwin, 10-2 Basehor-Linwood. Obviously, the Bulldogs going to have to score some points, but we've come into this many a times against teams. It feels like we've, I don't know, it feels like about 5 or 6 times now this year, Ryan, we have caught a team who's come in on a winning streak scoring a lot of points, whether it be Piper, whether it be Harmon, whether it be now Basehor-Linwood. And yes, we have to score, but we've talked about it a lot. The Bulldogs have got to crack down defensively on this game. I don't think you can expect to come in here and score 69 points to beat Basehor-Linwood. You're going to have to hold them down below what they've been scoring during this stretch to give yourself an opportunity. So really the defense needs to be the big focus tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to be keeping an eye on the secondary defense, if you will, or that help defense. It's not always going to be that primary defender who's guarding the ball. You got to keep your eye on everybody else. And when a team is playing at its best defensively, it just looks like a well-oiled machine. Everybody moves on a string almost. It's like everybody moves together, helps one another out. But you got to have good communication. That's going to be the key, as I mentioned earlier. You got to talk on screens, help each other out, get a hand up on shooters, and then, like always, clear that rebound, because defense doesn't end until you get the rebound. So, yeah, it's going to be a big challenge tonight, but hopefully the Dogs are going to be up for it and can supply some big highlights for us tonight. Have a fun one. Well,
we've talked a lot about rebounding this year, and the two guys that have done the big lifting for the Bulldogs have been Sam Darnell and Devin Prather. Unfortunately, we have not seen the two of them on the floor together but one time since January 4th, and they still are not at full strength, as Prather is still sidelined right now with an ankle injury for the Bulldogs. When those two are both in the lineup, they're 5-2 this year, and of course there's a lot of other factors that play into that, but they need that second dog on the glass.
Yeah.
And lately, Cole Mahaffey has kind of taken on a little bit more of that go-get-it mentality on the rebounding. And so perhaps that could start turning the tide a little bit again for the Bulldogs, because when they were a tenacious rebounding team early on in the season, the success was following, and I don't think there was any coincidence to that. I mean, I think it was a direct correlation to that rebounding tenacity that the Bulldogs had early on.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree with you there. But my thing is, you can have difference makers on the glass like Darnell and Prather that are going to go get those rebounds that maybe they shouldn't be getting, and they'll track some of those down that maybe they didn't have a shot at, or everybody else didn't have a shot at. But it's going to be everybody. It's going to be all 5 guys on the floor, team rebounding. You have to find somebody in another colored jersey, and you got to put a body on and block out, because you can't just rely on Darnell and Mahaffey. Mahaffey's got a lot on his plate on the other end, too, with Carr trying to provide some points offensively. So it's going to have to be a team effort from everybody. I think Bulldogs know that tonight, so see what happens.
Well, we'll come back, get you the starting lineups and the opening tip for this game, and we'll be able to get back timing-wise, and you can even enjoy the light show and the starting lineups here inside Basehor-Linwood High School as we get set for Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. It's 10-2, Basehor-Linwood, and 6-7, Baldwin. Coming up right after this, the opening tip on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Starting lineups for you tonight. Basehor-Linwood, the home team Bobcats, with a experienced lineup of 4 seniors and 1 junior. Carter Bergman, a 6'2 senior. Trevor McBride, a 6'1 senior. Aiden Ford, a 5'9 senior, and Ty Hofer, a 6'4 senior. The lone junior is 6'5 junior Tyson Rude. The head coach is Mike McBride, the 10-2 Bobcats. For the Bulldogs, a familiar starting lineup for Baldwin tonight. Joey Zembecki, 5'8 sophomore, averages 5.5 points a game. Riker Grossner, 6'1 sophomore, who also averages 5.5 per night. Caleb Carr, 5'10 junior, 18 points, 4.5 assists per game, tops in both for the Bulldogs. Cole Mahaffey, a 6'4 senior, 14.5 points and a team-high 8 rebounds a game. And Sam Darnell, a 6'4 junior, averaging 4.5 points and 6 boards per game. Don Blanchett, the head coach of the Bulldogs, he is assisted by Pete Carr, Johnny McDermott, and Levi Watts. We'll be right back after the national anthem for the opening tip right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City. At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And the lights go out. Let's watch and listen in to tonight's starting lineups announced inside Basehor-Linwood High School as Baldwin and Basehor-Linwood get set to take the floor.
Bobcats. For tonight's varsity boys matchup between our guests from Baldwin, Kansas, the Baldwin Bulldogs. And your Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for our visitors from Baldwin, a 5'8" sophomore wearing number 5, Jody Zemecki. 6'1" sophomore, number 11, Ryker Grossman. 5'2" junior, wearing number 13, Caleb Carr. 6'4" senior, wearing number 22, Cole Mahaffey. A 6'4" junior, wearing number 25, Samuel Garland. And now, led by 18-year head coach Mike McBride, the starting lineups for your Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. 6'2" senior, wearing number 0, it's Carter Bergman. 6'1" senior, sport number 1, it's Trevor McBride. 6'1" junior, wearing number 2, it's Tyson Rue. 5'9" senior, wearing number 5, it's Aiden Ford. And a 6'4" senior, wearing number 13, it's Ty Hofer. Basehor-Linwood head coach Mike McBride. Assistant coaches Cody Ziegler, Matt Wolf, and Justin Griffith.
There we go, and here we go, as it is time for tonight's opening tip brought to you by Baldwin City's Recreation Commission. I told you earlier about spring soccer registration. The deadline is February 18th, and also, speaking of spring, summer, and all the time, BCRC hiring summer help, umpires, lifeguards, concession stand workers, park maintenance, and facility supervisors. Join the great team at BCRC this summer and work for Baldwin City Recreation. Apply online at baldwinrec.org or stop by 705 High Street. Apply today. Summer jobs available at Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Underway in Basehor tonight as the Bobcats control the opening possession and turn it over. So the Baldwin defense comes up with an early stop. How can they capitalize and take an early lead? Trying to end a 7-game winning streak for Basehor-Linwood entering play tonight. And Baldwin, unfortunately, gives it right back with a turnover of their own.
Yeah, I was interested to see if Baldwin was going to come out playing man-to-man or zone. Looks like they're starting out in a little odd front zone, a little 3-2 zone. See how that works here early.
Basehor-Linwood averaging 69 points per game over their current 7-game win streak for the year, averaging 60 points a night. Baldwin giving up 55.5 defensively. This is Bregman, who eventually settles on a corner 3 and knocks it down.
And we've talked about it, though. That's part of the zone. You got to get out, get a hand up on those shooters, rotate over. Rebounding is going to be a big key.
And the Bulldogs will send it the other way on a foul called on Sam Darnell for an illegal screen. It's serenaded with a "you can't do that" chant from the Basehor-Linwood student section. So an early foul on Darnell. And it's a 3-0 lead for Basehor-Linwood. Well, the one thing the zone will do is it does slow the pace down a little bit, and I think Baldwin, kind of like we saw in the Harmon game, that helped slow the pace of that game down and kept a high-scoring Harmon team in check. Kept Baldwin in that game all the way to the finish line, but unfortunately lost a close one to the BIT championship. Three-pointer missed, rebounded by Mahaffey. Averaging almost 10 rebounds a game over his last 7. He's had 3 straight double-doubles, has Mahaffey. and saved his best one for his last one, 27-15 against Wellsville. Got tripped up there. Foul called on the floor against Basehor-Linwood. And it is charged to Ty Hofer.
Basehor-Linwood coming out playing man-to-man defense, so it's going to be differing defensive strategies here to start this one.
Carr trying to get downhill, but unable to get past the defender. Underhands the pass into Darnell. Sam fires it up from 17 off right iron. Long rebound for Zembecki. Second chance for the Bulldogs. Zembecki attacks and then tried to go into the corner, but misfired the pass out there for Mahaffey as Baldwin turns it over.
But still excellent hustle on the offensive glass from Zembecki. That's something the Bulldogs should do a lot of, is just attack that offensive glass. They're going to have to try to get some second chance opportunities.
3-0 lead for Basehor-Linwood. Every shot for the Bobcats has come from beyond the three-point arc until that put back by Tyson Rude. Puts in the missed three by Hofer. 5-0 Basehor-Linwood. Foul against Basehor-Linwood here on Aiden Ford, his first, team second. Baldwin offensively scoring 50 points a game this year against a Basehor-Linwood defense that's giving up just 41 per game this season. And a block shot by Tyson Rude denied Cole Mahaffey. This time it's McBride for the right wing. 8-0 Basehor-Linwood with 5:06 to go first quarter. Mahaffey's floater off the heel. Breckman pushes it back up for Basehor-Linwood. McBride from the other side of the floor, same result. 3 3-pointers already for the Bobcats. And Basehor-Linwood leads at 11-0, and a timeout taken by Baldwin. 30-second timeout here with 4:43 left to play in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs opening in this zone. I think they were wanting Basehor-Linwood to come out and just settle for taking three-point shots, but unfortunately, Basehor-Linwood has obliged, and they've knocked them down to this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you can't really control. You come out in the zone, you want them to take long shots, but if they're making their shots, at some point you have to consider whether or not the zone's really working or not. You don't expect them to continue making shots at this clip, but yeah, it's been really good offensive execution for Basehor-Linwood, you have to say, so far.
An 11-0 lead, 4:43 to play first quarter. And then Baldwin with a tough turnover out of the timeout. Get away with it, though, after the slam dunk attempt is rimmed out by Tyson Rude. So they dodge a bullet there, and then a foul is called on Aiden Ford, so he's picked up his second, and that will push Ford to the bench. And in for the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats is Will Blankenship, 6-foot junior.
Very uncharacteristic turnover that time from Caleb Carr. Just got a little nonchalant with the inbound pass.
Mahaffey trying to muscle through the defenders. Ends up with a tie-up after the initial miss. Baldwin keeps it.
It's been a tough start, but you can't let your head drop down if you're Baldwin. Long, long way to go in this game. So just got to stick this thing out. Wow.
And another illegal screen. Second time Darnell's been called for that.
Thought that was softer than the first one, but it's not something you don't need there. Is Darnell getting in foul trouble? He's one of your main rebounders, like we mentioned.
Missed layup by McBride after he had a great look at it. But Ty Hofer keeps it alive for Basehor-Linwood.
See how quickly Basehor-Linwood passes that ball around. That's really great ball movement.
Foul on Baldwin. Mahaffey and Darnell were both there. Let's hope this is on Mahaffey. Ooh, it's not. It's on Darnell. That's 3 on Sam. So a tough tough blow there for Baldwin as Caden Englert comes in. Joey Zimbecky, Riker, Grossner, Mahaffey, and Carr out there. McBride rebounds the missed three by Bregman. Unable to stick it back. Last touch by Englert. It stays with Basehor-Linwood.
Going to be some big minutes from Caden Englert now. With Darnell, 3 early fouls.
Still without Prather with the ankle injury, and now without Darnell for all intents and purposes with 3 fouls. And Carter Bregman inside makes it 13-0 Basehor-Linwood. Mahaffey isolated in the corner. Lobs it back up top for Carr. And they're able to jar it free. Bregman lays it in. 15-0 Basehor-Linwood.
Just got to settle down here, run your sets. Try to just ease your way into this, getting a rhythm here. Been so disjointed for Baldwin so far offensively.
Leighton Rothwell, 6'2" senior, checks in for Basehor-Linwood. An early onslaught from Basehor-Linwood has given the Bobcats a 15-0 lead. They came out firing away and knocking down threes, and now they've taken a couple of turnovers down to points and have built an early double-digit lead. Zimbecky underneath to Grossner. Back up top, Carr quickly to Mahaffey. Three-pointer was blocked by Rude. Bregman, the long outlet, got it up to Rude, knocked away and out of bounds. Last touch by Carr. Another substitution coming in for Basehor-Linwood. Aiden Ingram, a 6'3" senior, checks in. Well, Basehor-Linwood has been doing this to a lot of folks lately. During their 7-game win streak, they're winning by an average of just over 29 points per game. Coming off of a 57-point win in their last outing. Little heat check 3 by McBride, but an offensive rebound. They'll get 2 points on the board anyway for Basehor-Linwood as Rothwell, just in off the bench, scores it for the Bobcats to go up 17-0. Carr smothered in the paint, and they call it a jump ball, and Basehor-Linwood takes over. Man, just nothing bouncing the way of the Bulldogs early on in this one.
It's about as tough as a start as you could have imagined in this one.
Rothwell back up top, McBride.
You kind of just see the difference, though, between the two teams offensively. I know it's zone versus a man offense, but how quickly Basehor-Linwood moves the basketball, just sharing it with one another.
Mahaffey draws the charge. He stands in and takes the contact from Leighton Rothwell. His first and the team's fourth. As Ty Hofer checks back in for Basehor-Linwood. Yeah, you're right. The ball movement down the offensive end for Basehor-Linwood is textbook when it comes to offense against a zone. And the results are bearing that out. Up 17-0 early on. Mahaffey on the backdoor feed from Carr. Finally gets the Bulldogs on the board.
Much better job that time. Like I said, just run your stuff, run your sets. You know you're going to score some points, so don't panic.
A quick answer from Ty Hofer for the three.
I think at some point you're going to have to come out of this zone, though. Sorry, Bryce.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's 20-2. And yeah, I mean, you've caught Basehor-Linwood on a night where they are certainly feeling it for the outside, and that is a recipe for a long night defensively in that zone defense. But unfortunately, Baldwin is a little bit disadvantaged in size in this matchup, especially with Darnell now on the bench with 3 fouls already, and that makes going man tough with some of the size that the Bobcats have. Foul called on Aiden Ingram. So Mahaffey at the line for 2 shots. Cole coming off his biggest game of the year, 27 points, 15 rebounds, and a 14-point loss to Wellsville. 3 straight double-doubles now for Mahaffey. Final minute of the first quarter. It's been all Bobcats in this opening frame. Three-pointer missed by Hofer. Ingram puts it back and he's fouled. Check that out, Ingram is Blankenship. Even when they miss a three, they seem like they're always there for the offensive rebound. They're going to get points out of this one anyway, and it might be 3 as well. Blankenship goes to the line on the foul committed by Englert, his first.
It's not like they're taking a lot of contested shots either. They're having wide open opportunities. Right now, Baldwin just kind of hoping that they miss.
It's allowed Basehor-Linwood to build a 20-point lead here in the first quarter, and perhaps more, as McBride gets the steal and the lay-in.
Don't see that too often either. Carr getting his little taste of his own medicine there, getting his ball picked from him.
Carr fouled. Free throws coming up for Caleb with 14 seconds left in the quarter. It's called on Blankenship. His first and the team's 6th foul with 14 seconds to go in the quarter. First point of the night for Caleb Carr, who is averaging just over 18 a game this year, top scorer on the team. Has been in double figures every game this season. (24-4), final seconds of the first quarter. McBride pulls up deep three, in and out. Mahaffey the rebound, and that will close out the first quarter. All Bobcats early, 24-4 after 1 here on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Family Medicine of Baldwin City, you'll find incredible care close to home. A friendly staff here for you when you need them, offering primary care for all ages from general physicals and health exams to minor procedures and x-ray services, along with an overall patient education, ensuring peace of mind that you're receiving the best care possible in a convenient, accessible manner. Visit lmh.org or call 785-594-2512 to schedule an appointment and learn more about the incredible primary care providers at Family Medicine of Baldwin City, your partner for lifelong health.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Start of the second quarter, Basehor-Linwood on top of Baldwin 24-4 as we start this period. And now begins the time of small battles for the Bulldogs. Can't win the war without winning a bunch of the small battles at this point, and unfortunately it did not start the way they wanted to. Rude throws it down after the 7th turnover forced. And it's 26-4, Basehor-Linwood. Off the hand of Englert. And that is just how the night's gone right now. The Bulldogs just seem to be a little step late and half-inch short on the shot or the pass or catch or whatever the case may be so far. It's just been a tough start to this ball game for Baldwin. Inside Hofer, back up top Breckman, who fires up a wide open three, airballs it, saves it back in, but now Baldwin has it running the other way. Carr off the hand of Englert and out of bounds.
Yeah, Baldwin just not really doing the little things well right now, just taking care of that basketball. What a frustrating start here, to say the least.
kind of has, as the weather outside is likely snowing right now, this game has that snowball effect going right now where one mistake leads to the next, and Baldwin has just never yet been able to take a deep breath and settle into this game. Nice little give and go there as Hofer gets it right back into Rude, who has his second dunk of the night. It's 28-4, Basehor-Linwood.
That right there is just excellent offensive execution, though. It's hard to guard when you get quick ball movement like that. You move the ball side to side, just makes it tough on a defense.
Carr leans in, but has it rim out. Hofer brings it back for Basehor-Linwood. Quickly inside, Rude finds a cutter for the backside. Layup missed by Ingram, but he's fouled, so 2 shots coming up.
It's been a long time since I've seen a high school team move the ball this well, though. I'm really impressed by Basehor-Linwood.
Yeah, there is 0 stick to that basketball in the offensive half court. I'd be interested to know how many times here during this current run that they're on that they have faced zone defense, because they seem extremely comfortable in their zone offense, but you don't see a ton of zone defense against you, throughout the course of a season, traditionally speaking, as Braden Statham has checked in for Baldwin. And they're, at least what they're playing tonight and the way they're playing this high-pressure man-to-man defense, they don't seem to be a zone team themselves. So how much they actually, practice against the zone and whatnot to make themselves comfortable in it. They seem like they are right at home in their zone offense right now.
Absolutely. And I always just kind of say that all you really need for a zone offense is just be a good high IQ basketball player. That was a nice play from Carr getting in there. You might have an and one here. But just having a high basketball IQ is basically the way you can beat the zone. Good ball movement like that. There's not a whole lot to a zone offense. You just kind of move the ball around and find those open spaces in the zone.
Carr at the line, unable to complete the three-point play. Rebounded by Tyson Rude. 29-6. And Bregman reigns in a 3.
See, but right there, somebody has to be coming out from that lane and helping out on that corner 3, because you can't just expect one guy to, bounce back and forth between the two like that. Somebody's got to help out.
Carr gets the handoff, weaves into the paint, kicks it out to Mahaffey. Missed the 3. Ford the rebound. Up to Bregman. Back to Rude, and it's in and out on a big dunk attempt, but stuck back by Rothwell. Tyson Rude has been quite rude to that rim down there. He's already been up there hammering down on it several times. Missed a couple of them, but this has been everything that Basehor-Linwood could have hoped for and more in this first half. At the line, Caleb Carr after the foul on McBride. First free throw good from Carr. A 34-7 lead. McBride slips it to Rothwell, and that's just too easy right now. Basehor-Linwood getting very little resistance down on that end of the floor as Grosner penetrates, kicks it up top to Carr. Now Zimbecki will try to do the same, cut off. Mahaffey with a couple of ball fakes and a miss. Rothwell the rebound. Back comes Basehor-Linwood quickly attacking Bregman. Double clutch, up and under, in for his 12th point. Timeout Baldwin. 38-7, Basehor-Linwood. 4:12 left to play in the second quarter. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
38-7 our score with 4:12 left to play in the first half. Nightmare start this evening for Baldwin. See if they could salvage something here in the final 4:12 of this first half. Give themselves something positive to talk about at halftime, as this game has just been an avalanche of Basehor-Linwood success. Rothwell.
That's really been on both ends of the floor. This end, they've been moving the ball around well, just getting open shots over and over again. And the other end, haven't allowed Baldwin to barely breathe, let alone get an open shot.
Fumbled out of bounds, back over to Baldwin with 3:51 to play in the half. 5 from Carr, 2 from Mahaffey. That's the scoring so far for Baldwin. And another turnover. Results in a dunk, this time from Landon Rothwell. Rothwell didn't start this game, but he has 8 points and 5 rebounds off of the bench in this first half, and it's 40-7 Basehor-Linwood. Mahaffey with a 3-point opportunity as he gets the basket to go on the kiss, and a free throw coming up. Tyson Rude picks up the foul, his first. Zembecki replaces Grossner for Baldwin. One shot here for Mahaffey. Aiden Ford lets it fly. And it just does not matter right now for Basehor-Linwood who or where the shot goes up from.
Yeah, it's just somewhat frustrating, though, because there's no reason why you should have that open of a look, whether you're in zone or not.
Trying to go with a toss off the backboard to set out Rude, but Rude ends up going through the back of Caleb Carr and picking up his second foul. Those are the kinds of plays you start trying to make when it's been a night where everything has gone right for you.
Yeah.
So Baldwin down 43-9. Mahaffey out to Zembecki. And there's a deflection. Bryce McCarty has checked in for Basehor-Linwood. Carr has it stripped. And back comes Basehor-Linwood. Missed 3, Rothwell with a stick back. Mahaffey short with a 3. McBride the rebound. Again to the corner for 4.
It's like just kind of an open gym Sunday feel to this one right now. Just no pressure on the defensive end, letting Basehor-Linwood just get whatever they want, really. Looks like a shoot around.
Statham inside, not there. Leighton Rothwell, he's going to have a double-double almost off of the bench in this first half. 10 points, 7 boards for Rothwell. Now commits a charge. Mile Hinkle checks in now.
Bobcats number 22,
Mile Hinkle. 48-9 with 1:35 left to go in the first half. Not a lot of analysis to break down what's happened to this point. It has just been one of those nights.
Yeah, this might be one that you just kind of throw out the game tape and move on to Friday night.
Zimbecki missed the three, rebounded by Hinkle. A minute left to play in the half. And beautiful ball movement as Hinkle sets it up for Hofer.
I mean, honestly, you could just put that on a tape there and just show all the youngsters of how to play zone offense. It's
been impressive.
Yeah, exactly what you want to do.
Grossner back in for Baldwin. Bulldogs down 50-9. This is just...
Yeah, anytime you're on pace for 100 in a high school game, it's not getting it done defensively. I hate to sound too harsh, but at some point you got to just run out and get a hand up.
Hinkle couldn't put it back in. Cleared by Mahaffey. And Zebecki travels. So 23 seconds left in this first half. We told you Basehor-Linwood could score coming in, but the Bulldogs have given them way too many good looks that has just put the Bobcats' confidence through the roof here at Basehor-Linwood High School tonight. They feel like they can make it from anywhere, and they pretty much have so far. It's been as good of a first half as they could have ever dreamed of. This is McCarty trying to get in on the act. Hinkle keeping it alive, and a couple of second chance opportunities comes up empty, but they did very little of coming up empty in the first half. 50-9, Basehor-Linwood leads at the break. Coming up, the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Baldwin Sports Live.
Morningstar Care Homes is looking for the next members of their team of compassionate caregivers. If you're a certified nurse's aide or medication aide or interested in becoming certified with company reimbursement, apply today and join the locally owned care team at Morningstar Care Homes. Offering paid leave, health, dental, and vision insurance and a low 5-to-1 patient to caregiver ratio. Apply online at morningstarcarehomes.com/careers or call 785-594-2603. Positions available in Baldwin City, Ottawa, Fredonia, and Neodesha.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
We we have reached the half here tonight in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and it is all Basehor-Linwood. 50-9, the Bobcats lead Baldwin here at the break. It's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent in Baldwin City, Kelly Neufeld. Give them a call at 785-594-1055. They're proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they love to be there to support you in your financial future as well. Go see them at Farm Bureau Financial Services in downtown Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Well, I don't have any way to try to dress up this first half. It was ugly for Baldwin, and they trail 50-9 here at the break. It started with a 17-0 run for Basehor-Linwood. Baldwin finally scored at the 1:31 mark of the first quarter, but trailed 24-4 at the end of the period, and it didn't get any better in the second quarter as they get outscored 26-5 in the second period and trail this game 50-9 at the break. It is, without question, the biggest halftime deficit of the year for the Bulldogs as Basehor-Linwood hangs half a hundy on them in this first half. And whew, that's just the first half you just much rather forget. The problem is you do have to go out and play a second half at this point. So I'm interested to see how the Bulldogs come out in this second half, because it's one thing to just have a night when it's not your night. And clearly this is that. It's not the Bulldogs' night. They have things that the ball's just not, they can't catch it on the offensive end. Shots aren't falling. Defensively, they're just leaving wide open shooters. And Basehor-Linwood taking advantage, having a tremendous night. So it's not your night, but you can't come out and let 4 quarters of this happen. You got to find a way to come out here and do something just for the pride aspect of it, and come out of here with something turning around and going a little bit right for you in the second half. Let me turn your mic on there,
no
Ryan.
worries. Absolutely, though. Like you said, I mean, the pride aspect of it starts to come into factor in the second half. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to add, really. It's been as tough of a first half of basketball as I've ever seen Baldwin play. Obviously, it's my first year doing this. But, yeah, it's tough. Everything that could go wrong seemed like it went wrong. Like, so many turnovers, just not enough shot attempts, really. Just not able to execute offensively. And then on the other end, that zone defense just was not working at all. Basehor-Linwood just able to pass it around quickly and get easy shots, open shots. And I'd venture to say that they got more wide open shots than they had contested shots in that first half. So that's a tough way to play. But, yeah, I mean, we've all been a part of these games. I was a part of a few back in my day, too. You just have to come out and you have to try to win the second half is what I always said. If you can beat them in the second half, not, the way they beat you, but if you can come out and have a positive second half and build on that going into Friday night and having a little better game there, then that might be your goal here in the second half, not necessarily making up a 41-point deficit, but just trying to play together and play much better than you did in the first half anyway.
First half numbers for you when we come back right after this word from Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered, to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future, Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
First half numbers for you here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Huge numbers for Basehor-Linwood. They end up with just 2 guys in double figures. I say just because they put up 50, but they had everybody getting involved. Carter Bergman led the way with 12, and Leighton Rothwell off the bench with 10. Trevor McBride had 8. Tyson Rude with 6. Aiden Ford with 6. Ty Hofer with 5. 1 from Aiden Ingram and 2 from Will Blankenship. They made 7 threes in that first half and have a 41-point lead. For Baldwin, 5 points from Caleb Carr, 4 points from Cole Mahaffey, and that's the extent of the Bulldogs scoring in a very tough first half. It's one thing to get open shots. It's another to make those open shots, and you have to give credit to Basehor-Linwood. I mean, Baldwin made it easier on them than they needed to, but Basehor-Linwood came out and from the jump knock down the shots, and the confidence right now is just through the roof. And you've mentioned it multiple times, but the way they are running their offense right now is a thing of beauty. And that's my biggest takeaway from this first half, I guess, is how crisp and clean Basehor-Linwood ran their offense. It's hard to say this from a Baldwin perspective. It's been fun to watch the way they've run their offense. Of course, Baldwin folks are saying, well, that was anything but fun, and I get it.
Yeah.
But that way they ran their offense was a thing of beauty in the first half. So maybe, if anything, that's the thing you take away from this is like, hey, let's take a page from their book.
Absolutely. I mean, the way that they've moved the ball around offensively, it's a thing of beauty, like you said. So, I mean, maybe you kind of watch the film on this and, like you said, try to copy some of that. But, it's been tough overall. But defensively, I think I hate to sound too harsh, but sometimes there's just not closing out on shooters. And you got to, at some point, you have to rotate and help each other out. You can't just stand there, watch somebody take open threes all night. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see the way Baldwin comes out in the second half, though, what kind of energy level they have. If they're up to play this second half, like you said, pride has to become a factor at some point, so we'll see.
We will start the second half when we come back. Bulldogs still have not emerged from the locker room here at the half. Now here they come with just a little more than a minute left to play, or on the clock before the second half starts. So you've been watching the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show from your local Farm Bureau agent in Baldwin City, Kelly Neufeld. Call them at 785-594-1055. There to help assist you in more than just your insurance. They've got you covered in investment and wealth management needs as well. It's Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. Second half next.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Family Medicine of Baldwin City, you'll find incredible care close to home. A friendly staff here for you when you need them, offering primary care for all ages from general physicals and health exams to minor procedures and x-ray services, along with an overall patient education, ensuring peace of mind that you're receiving the best care possible in a convenient, accessible manner. Visit lmh.org or call 785-594-2512 to schedule an appointment and learn more about the incredible primary care providers at Family Medicine of Baldwin City. Your partner for life.
We welcome you back inside Basehor-Linwood High School tonight, where we are off to the second half. Bryce Kessler and Ryan Hilmer here on Baldwin Sports Live. It is a 50-9 lead for Basehor-Linwood. The Bulldogs will start the second half with Caleb Carr, Cole Mahaffey, Riker Grosner, Joey Zimbecki, and Sam Darnell, who picked up a third foul back in the first quarter. Didn't see him again after that, but he's back out there now. Carter Bergman, Trevor McBride, Tyson Rude, Aiden Ford, and Ty Hofer are the five on the floor for Basehor-Linwood. Bulldogs continue to stick in that zone to start this second half. It's another wide open look for the Bobcats, but that three missed by four and rebounded by Carr. Caleb had five. Cole Mahaffey had four in the first half. That was all the Baldwin scoring, and now the Bulldogs turn it over for a 15th time, and it leads to Tyson Rude going up and doing some damage at the rim again. Carr, contested pull-up, won't go. McBride from the corner. Splashes in another open three. Darnell doubled. Finds Zimbecki for a three in the corner. Ford the rebound. Long outlet to Bergman. Feeds McBride, lays it up, missing. Bergman able to clean it up, put it right back in. Quick 7 points to start the second half for Basehor-Linwood. As Carr fakes the handoff, and again, man,
That's
what do you say? It's just
this game in a
night.
nutshell right there, pretty much. Very uncharacteristic miss there.
Everything's been just a bit off for Baldwin, and everything has been right on the money for Basehor-Linwood. I mean,
yeah,
that just can't happen right there.
Can't have that.
Tyson Rude, uncontested in the middle of the paint, makes it 59-9. Caleb Carr with the floater, make it 59-11. Bulldogs now the man-to-man. And they still give up open looks. Ford missed that one. Carr dished to Zimbecki for the lay-in.
It's more like it from Caleb. That's what we're used to him seeing. Driving through the lane there, just giving it off for an easy little layup to a teammate.
Averaging 6 assists per game over his last 5. Has 2 in this one. Darnell with a rebound. Didn't have a rebound in the first half. A lot of that due to being on the bench with foul trouble. Had 3 first half fouls. He has 2 in the second half. Rude missed a dunk, but got it back and lays it in to make it 61-13.
That's how you pad your stats right there.
Yeah. Carr with the offensive rebound and has the block, or the putback attempt blocked, but Mahaffey cleans it up. Well, you mentioned in the first half it kind of had an open gym type of flow to it, and the second half has not changed.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like both teams are kind of just looking to see what highlight play they can come up with. And unfortunately for Baldwin, it's been many more the other way. Ford missed in the corner, Gross to the rebound. Darnell finds Grossner in the corner. Offensive board by Sam. And an 18th Baldwin turnover. Baldwin has 18 turnovers in the game. Basehor-Linwood has just 4. Ingram and Blankenship checking in for Basehor-Linwood. Torres and Englert will come in for Baldwin, but first a timeout. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog Basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
(61-15), Basehor-Linwood with the lead on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs with 3:27 left to play in the third. Baldwin has already had their highest scoring quarter of this game here in the third with 3:27 to go, but Basehor-Linwood continues to pour it in on their side as well, and they lead 61-15. McBride into Ford. They've knocked down 8 3-pointers in this game. And now a teardrop by Aiden Ford. Inside to Darnell, trying to shoot it over top of Ingram, not there. Ford lost it. And they will say Baldwin basketball. Just the 5th turnover of the game for Basehor-Linwood.
It's be some good minutes, though, good experience for guys like Torres and Englert. Get them some varsity game experience against a good team like Basehor-Linwood.
Carr straight away. And Ford brings it back for Basehor-Linwood. See Parts, and he lays it in with a finger roll. Carr bounces it into Darnell, back up top to Mahaffey. And he's able to slice through the defense and get to the rack to lay it in. Basehor-Linwood takes a timeout. Brecken McBride has checked in at the timeout. As Basehor-Linwood with a 48-point lead, a chance to go deep into their bench early on in this second half. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking to join a great team, they would love to hear from you. Always looking to add to their team at Rice Precision Manufacturing. Excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff that's dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Contact jobs@riceprecision.com to set up an interview. 2:05 to play in the third. Basehor-Linwood with the ball, up 65-17. McBride left open from a count of feet beyond the arc, knocks down the Bobcats' 9th triple. 14 points on the night for McBride. Mahaffey lays in his 10th point of the game. Rothwell knocked to the floor, and they call him for a travel. So Darnell looked like kind of has a pretty good hip check there.
Yeah.
And
lucky not to pick up his 4th foul, to be honest.
yeah.
At this point, I think refs want to keep that clock running as much as possible.
Mahaffey leans in, rejected by Ingram. Had it back for a moment. Way downtown for McBride. Well, for Basehor-Linwood, they're over the 70-point mark for the 3rd straight game as Mahaffey drops another one to make it 71-21. 3rd straight game of 70-plus, 4th time in the last 5 games, and their 5th time in what will end up being now an 8-game winning streak for them. Trying to get the freshman a 3 there, but Brecken McBride missed it. Back comes Baldwin, down by 50 with 26 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And they commit a 20th turnover. And a foul committed by Mahaffey will put Mile Hinkle at the free throw line for 2 shots. The first foul of this second half. And Hinkle is at the line. Bryce McCarty returns for Basehor-Linwood. Carr lost it into traffic, goes out of bounds off of Basehor-Linwood. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Have a running clock in the 4th quarter of this game. And a foul will put Caleb at the line with 4 seconds left in the third. First foul on Mile Hinkle. 3 of 4 at the line of the game. Make it 4 of 5. McCarty got it up in time, but not there for him. We've played 3. It's 71-23. Basehor-Linwood here on Baldwin Sports Live.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Morningstar Care Homes is looking for the next members of their team of compassionate caregivers. If you're a certified nurse's aide or medication aide or interested in becoming certified with company reimbursement, apply today and join the locally owned care team at Morningstar Care Homes, offering paid leave, health, dental, and vision insurance and a low 5-to-1 patient to caregiver ratio. Apply online at morningstarcarehomes.com/careers or call 785-594-2603. Positions available in Baldwin City, Ottawa, Fredonia, and Neodesha.
Bulldogs miss a 3 on their opening possession of this fourth quarter, so now Basehor-Linwood with the ball. It was Torres that missed 3 for Baldwin. McCarty on the missed 3 for Basehor-Linwood, but the Bobcats get it back. Ingram thought he would get into the three-point party, but Mahaffey denied it, so instead it's Hofer from the corner, and they've hit 10 trays now. A 51-point lead for Basehor-Linwood. This was going to, without question, go down as the biggest loss of the year for Baldwin. It's not quite yet the largest margin of victory, even though we're not to victory yet, but a 57-point victory in their last game for Basehor-Linwood. So they're looking to put together back-to-back wins of 50+. That's tough to do.
That's impressive. They're a really impressive team, you had to say. Played really well, played together tonight. You see a team like this play, it's not really just one guy that beats you. It's everybody. They share the ball really well.
Wow. 8 different guys have scored. Aiden Ingram makes their 11th 3 of the game, and not only have 8 different guys scored in this game, but that's now 5 different guys who have made a 3. Carr floats it in, and Caleb with 11 points now. He has kept his streak alive of scoring double figures every game this year. Small consolation on an otherwise tough night for the Bulldogs. Airball 3 by McBride. We'll give it back to Baldwin as Caleb Scott checks in for the first time, and Will Blankenship returns. Grossner back in along with Braden Statham for Baldwin. Five guys in double figures tonight for Basehor-Linwood. Baldwin has 2 in double figures, Carr and Mahaffey. They have scored all but 2 of the points for Baldwin in this game. And the Bulldogs have now turned it over 23 times as well. That just shy of a season high. Missed 3 by Scott, rebounded by McBride on the backside. 5:15 and counting to play. McCarty. Lost out of bounds by Scott. Baldwin basketball with under 5 to go. Rothwell back in for Basehor-Linwood. McBride fouled by Carr on the three-point try. Well, that'll milk some clock in this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
3 free throws coming up in a running clock.
Heading to the line, shooting 3 free throws, Brendan McBride.
(79-25). Basehor-Linwood looking for their third 80-plus point game this year. Carr on the deflection. Ooh, Scott and Carr ending up, tangled up. And let's see, they're going to call a foul on Carr here. I didn't really think that Carr necessarily committed a foul there in that case. Diving for the loose ball, and Carr actually had a hold of the ball before he got tangled up with Scott, but nevertheless, that brings Ryder Nye into the game now for the Bulldogs. Over and back called as Carr continues to work hard there defensively for the Bulldogs, forces the turnover with 2.5 to play.
Yeah, I like to see Caleb still playing hard out there. Everybody's still playing hard, but it's tough to keep that attitude and effort going in games like this sometimes.
Carr hits a right wing three on a night when the opponent has made 11 threes. The Bulldogs get their first with 2 minutes to play in the game, trailing by 51. Lob inside to Scott, and that gets another player in the scorebook for Basehor-Linwood, and they go over the 80-point mark for the third time this year, third time in the last 5 games.
Been kind of a rare game for Caleb Carr as well. I don't think he has a steal tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Nye from the corner, and the freshman's three is blocked by McBride, a fellow freshman.
Yeah. Tough night overall, though, for the Bulldogs.
McCarty rising fire. Carr with a deep three. Not there for him. Rebounded by Blankenship. 1 minute and a couple seconds left to play on the fourth, and that three off the side of the backboard by Hinkle. Rebounded by Grossner. Carr lays it in. Brecken McBride makes it 84-30. Carr fouled. The basket goes. Count it for Caleb. And a three-point chance. Carr now up to 18 points in this game, but
Could have a buzzer beater free throw here, Bryce.
a buzzer beater free throw. That is tough to accomplish. So this one mercifully over as the Bulldogs fall on the road tonight in Basehor. 84-33 the final as Basehor-Linwood picks up the monster victory. They're 8th straight. They're now 11-2, and the Bulldogs drop to 6-8. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap it all up for you quickly right after this.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family. Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
And we will wrap things up here tonight in Basehor, Kansas. Final score in our boys game, 84-33. Basehor-Linwood with the 51-point victory. They're honoring their head coach, Mike McBride, who tonight with this victory picked up his 300th career win as the head coach of the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats, and this one was never in doubt. Basehor-Linwood opened the game on a 17-0 run, and they cruised to a 51-point victory over the Bulldogs. Now 11-2 on the year. Basehor-Linwood has won 8 straight. They'll be back home to host Wamego on Friday for Baldwin. Now 6-8 on the year. Their 3rd straight loss. They will be back home as well for themselves to host Eudora on Friday night. So that's all she wrote in this one. Big performance from Basehor-Linwood. They cruised to this game with Trevor McBride, 17, Carter Bergman, 14, Tyson Root, a dozen, Aiden Ford, Leighton Rothwell each had 10. 5 guys in double figures, 8 from Hofer, 5 from Brecken McBride, 2 from Caleb Scott, 4 from Aiden Ingram, and 2 from Will Blankenship. For the Bulldogs, Caleb Carr, 19 points tonight, Cole Mahaffey with a dozen, and Joey Zembecki with 2 to round out the Bulldogs scoring. Your final score, 84-33. We're going to hit the road. Hope the weather is not too bad out there for us yet as we make the trek back home to Baldwin. But thanks for joining us tonight. It was not a great night results-wise for the Bulldogs, though. The girls lose 60-40, and the boys lose 84-33. We're back in the air Friday when Baldwin hosts Eudora. 6 o'clock for the girls game. The boys are thereabout anyway. They'll follow the girls JV, and around 6 o'clock we'll tip it off to the girls and the boys game to follow right here on Baldwin Sports Live. For Ryan Helmer, I'm Bryce Kessler. You've been watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
You've been watching the Baldwin Bulldogs on Baldwin Sports Live. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you by Kelly Neufeld, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Baldwin State Bank, Heartland Plumbing, Family Medicine of Baldwin City, Morningstar Care Homes, Trindle Lumber Company, State Farm Agent Cody Anno, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, Rice Precision Manufacturing, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, Elite Chiropractic, the Lumberyard Arts Center, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. Visit BaldwinSportsLive.com for the schedule of upcoming broadcasts on your home for the Baldwin Bulldogs